All right. Still clickety clacking back here. Forgive me. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. Okay. Give me a minute. I still need to get all my snacks ready, cause dude, it's E3. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. This snuck up on me like you would not believe. I can't even believe this is happening. I thought it was like close, like not this close. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get fat. We're gonna get really fat in this stream, all right? We're gonna eat some chips. We're gonna drink some, poison, and by poison I mean an energy drink, and we are gonna have the best time and watch some games. But we are gonna be it's gonna be kind of like a little meh hangout. First of all, where's the button that I need to click? This one. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream. We're going to be experiencing E3, hopefully together, although I was very much expecting no one to be here, because it is early AF, and I thought most of you guys would be either at college, school, work, whatever it could be, but I'm very, very happy to see a lot of you. Ashley, what's good? We got Joe, what's good, Joe? We got Ghosty. We got a lot of new people, actually, and we got Nibbon? Love the name. And we got Nis. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so here's how this is gonna play out. We have first, what is their name? I don't know their company name, but they're called Koch. You might be braver than me, but that media. So that's going to be the first little bit. That's starting at 1 p.m., hence why we're starting 20 minutes early. So yeah, that's going to start in pretty soon here. And I don't know if we're going to see any big announcements from them. But yeah, this right now is IGN's Expo, which is kind of going to be the main meat of this kind of thing, which apparently IGN is doing. What does it say here? It says, what to expect. IGN Expo is part of the Summer Games season and will be IGN's entry into E3, the 2021 schedule. It will offer new game reveals, never before seen gameplay, which is what I mainly want, gameplay, and announcements to the roster. So again, the first part of the stream, the first hour, and this is going to begin, by the way, IGN's is going to begin at, 2 p.m.? So we're going to be streaming for a decent amount of time. And again, this stream might be a little different because it's just your boy hanging out, just kind of slowly just, living, just kind of hanging out. We also have Genshin in the background, so if I need to pull that up, we can play that if this gets a little bit boring. But yeah, that's our plan for the day, boys, girls, everybody involved. I'm so happy to see you. What are you guys most excited for? And what do you guys want to see the most from E3? Also, am I dark as hell? I might be really dark. Forgive me if that's the case. I might have to bump up the light. But that man has a beautiful mustache. But the one game that I am hopefully gonna be seeing this E3, I hope so badly it takes place and happens. I want to see Fable. We're gonna be seeing that. I believe it's Sunday. Sunday's Xbox's special business. Really excited for Elden Ring. Yeah, Ghostly. I seen that too. Again, I was shocked at how much gameplay they showed. To me, it does look like I think a lot of people had the idea in their head of like Elden Ring being kind of like a different potential lens, but like it's still gonna be Souls-like, it's still gonna be all those things, but it's gonna be slightly different. But I think Elden Ring definitely looked like just like a different kind of Souls, which is good, but it just I think people thought it might have been different with like the storytelling. But no, I think they literally just gave George R. Martin like a big ass book and they're like, fill it with whatever and we'll sneak it into the game. But regardless, if we can see Fable this E3 and if we can see Saints Row, I'm gonna be a happy camper. Those are the games that I so desperately want more sequels for. What's good, 404? I haven't actually got to talk to you in a hot minute. Hopefully you've had a lovely time. Let It Die update announce, please. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Or at least see what the next thing they're doing is. Because at this point, Trev strikes, No More Heroes. At this point, No More Heroes should definitely be like well within our reach to where like they could say, okay, well, we've been working on this for a long time and it's about to go out. Maybe this is the next thing that our team has kind of been working on, but we'll see. Regardless, Joe says, oh, I interrupted some cuddling. All right, well, Ashley is always one of these roleplay situations, one of her charms. Nibbon says, oops, what is reacting to the weird thing? Okay. This says it's 2 p.m. for me at the moment. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably at college or work or whatnot, which is why I'm like, But good news, tomorrow it's still early, but it's the weekend, so hopefully I can see some of you lovely people there. And also, today is when it kicks off. Tomorrow and so Saturday and Sunday are going to be when things fucking happen. It's going to be a day full of announcements. We have Ubisoft, we have 2 other game companies that I can't think of, but it should be a kind of like a flurry of constant updates. I don't know how much we're gonna cover, probably as much as we can. But the good news is that because E3 is digital now, or it's online right now, it's not in like theaters or whatnot like it used to be. It doesn't have to be segmented, like giving enough people to travel to the next event, sit in chairs, wait, and then film. So it's pretty back to back, which is really cool. But yes, Joe says, Astral from Twitch. Who's that? I know what that is. Okay. 44 says, I just woke up. I know it's early. It's too early to be doing shit. I feel you. It's rough. Ashley says, Booty is here. I'm at 13 echoes so far. Oh, in terms of, Genshin progression, man, I still haven't got shit done, Ashley. I did a little bit. I did, like, the first quest. Apparently, when you do more quests, the whole fucking island start reacting, and it's like, okay, I see you. I didn't get that far. But, yeah. Also, what we're watching right now, by the way, is just IGN's kind of, like, preview stuff until we do get to 2 p.m., which is when their whole event's going to start. But we have another subsequent event from the people who brought us Metro and Dead Island, which, man, that'd be cool if we could see some sort of Dead Island again, because that game was so dope, and then they just took it away, and it broke my heart because I loved that game. It was a nightmare. I'll be the first one to say it was a game that was, I don't know why I enjoyed so much of it, but it was rough. Graphics were kind of shit, and the combat was clunky, but it had its, I think that's what it was. It was like, it was very violent, and it was very full tilt. It didn't give a shit. It went straight on through. Ashley says, wow, it's 7 p.m. for me and you're streaming. I know, Ashley, I'm usually streaming for Ashley in the UK for, what is it, like 12 p.m. or something hard, or 2 p.m. for you? Jesus Christ. Ghostly says, it would make sense to stick to the basic formula given that they're doing with scale. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, again, for me, I can only speak on behalf of myself. When I thought of Elden Ring, I thought it was going to be like a Souls game. I thought it'd be closer to Sekiro, or like it's cinematic in some cases, but then when it gets into the combat, it just kind of pulls back and just whoosh. But it seems like it's way closer to Souls, which makes sense, especially considering like they don't know if, it just does. It seems like George R.R. Martin is just the guy who they're kind of. Here's 3, the true number 3. Okay, man, dude, I didn't even think about that. What if we get Shadows of the Dam like a trailer, like for the next game? I don't know what it will be. If that was the case, guys, if I can come out of this E3, and I've always been wrong, I've always got none of these. I've been asking for like 4 or 5 years. If we can come out of this E3 with a Fable, a gameplay, I'd be jazzed. If we can come out of this with Saints Row sequel or whatever spinoff, I don't care, just more Saints Row, be happy. And if we can come out of this with the game that I just mentioned that I completely lost it. Shadows of the Dam. Shadows of the Dam is probably my favorite game, or one of my favorite games. But yes, a little niche, but still. Ghost says Xbox and Bethesda. Yeah, Xbox and Bethesda are on Sunday, I believe. Yeah. What's good, Hates? Hates says hi, hello, Hates. Hopefully having a lovely day. Ashley says FYI, I didn't know Rosaria did a custom me. Oh, does she? Rosaria? I didn't really look at Rosaria. I just looked at her crit rate and whatnot. Gatilo Ori? Please, I'm so sorry. I'm a nightmare. I'm gonna call you Gat. What's good, Gat? Gat says, yo! Yes, so many studio changes. It's funny. Yeah. Ashley says, Dead Island 3 has been in limbo for changing developers a lot. Yeah, man. But the thing is, we've seen like Dead Island gameplay a while. It always baffles my mind when like there's clearly content, but it doesn't like scale appropriately, if that makes any sense. So like again, let's use a Fable. There was a Fable game in the works for a while before we even got reassurance that there was going to be another Fable sequel. It was like a weird multiplayer top-down there's like a big bad overlord, and then there's just your guys are trying to go through his basically arena, and he's fucking with you the whole time. That had like gameplay, that had story development, that had like animations. Everything seemed to be really, really done, but they just couldn't finish it. And I'm just like, and I feel like the same thing happened with Dead Island 3. Like Dead Island 3, we've seen gameplay, them just cracking heads, everything looks stylized and like brighter and like more poppy. And then they were like, we didn't finish it. And I think that's a big part of creation in general, is knowing what like you can and can't choose. Also, am I dark? Let me just, is this too much? Yeah, it makes me look like I'm shiny. I don't like that. I don't like that. Also, forget the numbers. Ooh. Also, this smells delicious. I'm trying this new energy drink. It's called Rain, like Rain as a King or something. It smells. This is green apple. We'll see if it's not the worst or not. I'm pretty picky with my energy drinks, to be honest. But I don't waste anything, so I'll drink this regardless. But anyways. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's got No, it's good. It's good. It's just got that kind of weird, like, energy drink aftertaste, which I'm not a fan of. Hey, guess what? We're looking at a blank screen. Guess what? Give me a minute. What button is it? This one? It's that one. Hey, guess what? I prepared for this. Back to the thing. Magic. I'm an asshole. Forgive me. We're gonna play Genshin just sporadically. Just to get shit done and progress in some way. What time is it? I don't want to do I'll let my artifact farm reset. Let's do some commissions while we're hanging out and just waiting. Ghosty says, I did see some jumps and sneaking in the trailer. What does that mean? What do you mean? Oh, in terms of Sakura, yeah, like in terms of I can't think of the thing, but George R. R. Martin's Souls-like game, yeah. So you think it'll be a mix? Okay. Yeah, because it's not necessarily the jumps. Like, I think every Dark Souls are probably going to have more mechanics from Sekiro just because it works so well for them, I think, in that game. But as of the other stuff, like the cinematic nature to things and like how everything had like really clean cutscenes, I guess Souls had that too. I guess maybe it's just the Japanese art that made me think of it like more cinematic than normal. Ghosty says, Fable is Xbox, right? Yeah, it should be Xbox, because we know they're working on it. We've got confirmation that it exists. But dude, we've had that for a long time. There was, again, like I said, the Fable game was in the works for a while, and they just were like, no. What if we didn't finish it? And I'm like, oh, why? What? What about you guys? What kind of games do you have locked in your heart that you want to see a sequel for? I know a lot of people, I don't know why. I do know why. It's a great game, but it never hit me as like, yeah, in that way that it hit so many other people. But a lot of people really want a Splinter Cell game, and it's not that I don't like Splinter Cell, it's just that I thought it was a good game. But again, some people say Fable is a good game. They're wrong. but still, I got a soft place in my heart for Fable, man. I can't help it. But also, I'm a little worried for Fable. I know people will just want like a basic ass Fable, dude. I don't want another basic ass Fable, although I would be happy with anything. I really hope they do an open world Fable game, man. That's something that I so badly would love to see from so many of the games I love, because that was the problem with so many of the games I love, is that they ended too soon. Like, you're like, oh, but I wanted to play more. That's why I always wish Shadows of the Dam would have a sequel and be like really, really good in regards to having an open world like dungeon demon conquering of hell kind of mentality, which would make sense in terms of Shadows of the Dam and how that would add up to actually working. Especially with the story, but I digress. Okay, so the one event is about to start within 4. Well, in fact, we probably should just switch over just to be safe. Just to be safe. Let me do one of these. Big version of my face. Where is it? This one. Alt tab away. We're gonna open up the other thing right here. It is this one. It's on their website, which is weird. I don't like going to random websites, but here we are. It starts in 5 minutes. Also, you will have to yell at me if this shit is hard to see or whatnot. Start. Nope, wrong one. That's okay. Sorry. Also, let's take this away. And for the time being, let's reduce the weird, like, fucking conquering islands kind of music. All right, cool. Carthage is here. Cause hello, I'm here. I love to have you, buddy. You are not dark. You just look shiny. Don't! It's not my fault. I got like overactive. I don't know what it is. I glisten. All right, I'm not shiny. How dare you? Joe says there's a game series called Rain with that same logo. Weird. I wonder if they're like they've made energy drink. I could see that happening. Oh, also, if they, dude, this would be another thing. This is just me wishing, like, being in naive at this point. But if we could get either a Dragon's Dogma would be fucking sick too. But Overlord, it's like Fable and Overlord. That's my like child. That's what like unlocked my like endless love for video games. Is both of those games, because they had like a karma system. And Overlord, it was like. I never did the evil karma system in Fable, ever. Not once, even though I love the series too much, so much. I beat the game like 8 times. It was always good, because I just couldn't do the bad. But in Overlord, they made like the bad seem less bad, but also it's like, whatever. Like, you're a powerful bad guy. Like, you're supposed to be this, like, you don't have to be an asshole about it, but you can still be like a douche. Because in Overlord, you only got the choice of being a monster, horrible person, or a douchebag. And it's less bad, but it's still bad. And I thought that was very charming. So if we could see another Overlord, I'd be absolutely hyped. I think Overlord is probably the lowest possible denominator in terms of us getting that. But yes. Whew, also, guys, it is early in the morning, so if I seem a little off, it's because of that. Also, I poured chips here. I didn't have one yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like that. You guys think we'll get DDoS attacked this E3? Those fuckers? Maybe. I hope not. That'd be the worst. Is it all fucked? What happened? Did I refresh? No, I guess it was maybe on their end? I hope so. Nope, maybe it's not. Maybe we'll have to drown. Well, it's trying to find. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's hold on. Gosey says, I mean, Elden Ring trailer had a sneaking and jumping bits. Oh, okay, interesting. I don't know why. I thought Fable devs had split from Xbox, but I was wrong. I thought some of them did. I thought when Lionhead got closed, I thought some of them stayed and a lot of them left. Which is what people are worried about for the next Fable game, is will it have the soul, the essence of what a Fable game is, which is very few games have that kind of spirit. Like Zelda, I think, is one of them, where it has like a feeling in it, where like you could tell if it wasn't quite, if something was off, you know. Ronald says Dragon's Dogma 2, baby. That'd be so cool. Dude, I wish I would have got into Dragon's Dogma, but I tried getting back into it, and it's a little old now, a little clunk, but it's also, again, like, if you see, that game I think was made for the end game. Like, when you see end game footage of like a build in Dragon's Dogma, shit is just like super developed, amazingly cool. Yeah. Also, if it keeps staggering like that, I should close Genshin, because that's probably chewing away at some of my internet. Carly says Dragon's Dogma 2 would be awesome. Yeah, you were telling me to play it a while back. Yeah. Ghosty says I never played Fable. That's fine. I liked it a lot. It made my childhood. But yeah. I think also it's one of those few games that has such a unique art style that I think it could still look appropriate now, especially if you played it on like PC or something and maxed out the settings. Wouldn't look great, but it would look like you could play Fable 2 and 3, I think, and get by. And then they remastered Fable 1, so you could do that. Although Fable 1 still has like charming clunk, but clunk nevertheless. Carla says Chloe should be almost home by now. She's started driving yesterday evening. She is absolutely fantastic in person as well. If anyone was wondering, oh no, you guys, you did it! Fuck yeah, you guys are met. So wait, she's coming home. Also, I never really asked Fluff, or not Fluff, Carla. Did she find like work in the area, or what's happening? It's interesting. Carla says, about to drive, so I won't be replying for much. Got it. Never mind. Forget what I just asked. What's good, Lone Syndicate? Lone Syndicate is also grin. I looked at your video on the new Genshin characters. See you are interested in Yumiya, the Pyro now user. Dude, I want to talk to you about some Genshin.
My name is Opal Cadman, and welcome. Today, I have 3 main tasks. The first one is to introduce you to Koch Media's brand new premium gaming label. Number 2 is to take a deep dive into some of the games coming to that label. And finally, number 3 is to show you what the new label will be getting up to in the streaming world. I want to welcome streamers who are co-streaming this today. Hello. Some of you guys are guys who I have looked up to and watched for many years. And speaking of people who I've looked up to for many years, I am so proud to introduce Jeff Keighley, who will be helping me co-host us through this entire list of games. Jeff, how's it going?
Thanks, Opal. It is so great to be here with you for the first ever live stream from Prime Matter. I was honored yesterday to reveal the label to the world at the Summer Game Fest kickoff event, and wow, you've got a lot of games there in that sizzle, over a dozen games. So I know today you're going to go a little bit more in depth to talk about all these games, to talk to a lot of the developers. But for those of you that might have missed it yesterday or just want to see it again, let's kick things off with a look at that announcement sizzle reel for Prime Matter.
All right. Yeah, dude, what do you call it? I didn't even think about that. Obsidian's new RPG. If we get some of that, I'll be on cloud 9. It's a bit loud. I'll turn it down.
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Let's begin.
Awesome. A little laggy. Not on my end. But yeah. Okay. Man, we got some weird, like, human graphics. I seen an image of that. What's with that? What's with the guy with the weird... Again, it's one of those things where they get you. They're like, hey, look at this cool dude, like, having red eyes and turning into whatever. What game is it? What is it about? Is that a cutscene? It's a cutscene, right? I shouldn't fall for this. I've been through like 80 E3s. I'm 80 years old, actually. So it looks like we've got like a good bit of indie things, but maybe like 2 or 3 heavy-hitting AAA experiences, maybe. Which are cool, too. Indie games are fun. Chivalry. Let me guess, it's like coming to PS4 or whatnot.
Is that who you are?
My purpose makes me who I am.
This sizzle reel we've already seen yesterday, but it's fine. What is that? Is that No More Heroes?
I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile.
Being relied on to succeed where others would fail.
Where's Gun Grove? It's been years. Gun Rave. So is this what this event is? It's going into like the indie things that we seen yesterday? Oh, also, do you guys see the fucking Borderlands thing? I want to talk to you guys about so much shit. There's Borderlands stuff to talk about. But how like they were, this is a lot. It's just like, I'm like, all right, guys, I get it. We're like, it's games.
Yes, guys, you just saw 12 games and counting. And that's just the start for Prime Matter. But before we get into these incredible games, what I like to call the juicy bits, I want to talk to you about what Prime Matter is and who we are.
Amazon's getting in the game space.
Is the new premium gaming label of Koch Media. It dedicates itself to delivering a range of immersive and diverse games from amazing development talent all around the globe. It highlights the varied influences of global studios and their different approaches to game making. The new label will lead through creativity and expression, with games that enthrall players, with larger-than-life storytelling, create incredible moments, and above all, they're fun. The team behind Prime Matter is a melting pot of incredible talent, led by seasoned industry veterans and complemented by a young, fresh, dynamic team of multicultural gaming experts. The team behind are gamers at heart, working with such a wide range of passionate developers, producing games together by gamers for gamers.
Coming up. What's that? What's Painkiller?
And that being said, for all you keen-eyed individuals out there, you would have seen that one game was actually missing in our 12-game lineup for Prime Matter during the video. That is a game that comes from the Embracer family itself. Jeff got to sit down with Todd Hollinshead and talk all about Painkiller.
Okay.
All right, you saw the news yesterday. Yes, there's a new Painkiller coming, and Todd is joining me now to maybe give us a few more details. I know.
I think we heard about this game already.
A fresh project for the team at Saber, and you guys. First of all, I love that you and Tim Willits are there, continuing to build out Saber. And Painkiller was a franchise. You and I are both OG. We remember it was it probably 15 years ago? At
Guys,
this
I'm
point?
having a problem.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
been
if
a
I should
while,
like just
you
shut
know,
up and just
closer
be
to
like,
decades than one.
or if I want to talk about shit.
Well, but it's one of those classic.
And I'm not
games.
sure if I'm ruining it,
Let
but
me
also
ask
you can always just go to the
from
link in the
a
description and it'll
Prime
take you
Matter
directly to this page if you just
perspective,
want to hear
You've
it.
been in the
I guess I
industry
should
like
just
me all
not
those
hold back.
years, and we remember that game. Why was this a franchise that you guys wanted to sort of bring back?
All right, here's
Well,
what
you
I'm
know,
sorry. Let me know if this is not okay.
we're
I want to
back in,
talk at you guys for a bit because there's so many cool things that we learned about yesterday. As soon as we see gameplay, I'll turn it up again. We can listen to it and engage. Just talk. It's cool. Okay, I wasn't sure because sometimes I think for like big like Xbox like new game reveal, I should just shut my mouth and be like, oh my god. But otherwise, I want to talk to you guys. So first things first, what do you call it? On Borderlands, we heard about this thing in Borderlands for a while. Way back before Borderlands 3 was even announced, Gearbox uploaded like this melee weapon, and it was such a disappointment when we got to Borderlands 3 and there wasn't any melee weapons there, because you think that'd be the evolution of the millions and millions of guns, as now there's millions and millions of guns and melee weapons with different variants that you can get. But it does seem like they shelved that idea and put it into its own standalone game, which is what we got access and learned about yesterday. Not got access, learned about yesterday, which is interesting. It's basically Borderlands with spells, and what do you call it, with melee weapons potentially, and of course with guns. And it's also a Borderlands where you make your own character. And I'm curious about what that is. Is that like right at the beginning of the game you choose to like be a Viking or choose like just like D&D? You can choose between a warrior, a mage, like a smooth talker, which I don't know what that would be. I hope they do rise to the challenge of like creating skill trees for each individual playstyle. Like the bard, but I don't know what the bard would be. Maybe support, but hopefully there's ways that the bard can also be DPS, like just buffing his damage and whatnot. But anyways, can't wait. I thought it was billions of guys. It probably was, Blake. It was probably billions, gajillions, all that. But yeah, I was so hoping that they would do the melee situation within Borderlands, but they never really did. And I was hoping for a melee character in Borderlands as well. And again, Amara can kind of be that, but yeah. Are we talking about Wonderland? Yes, Wonderland. Yes, is that what it's called? Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited. I love Borderlands pieces, and I think depending on if they actually like make the melee really fun and like allow you to like do a tether, like a thread every time you melee, a thread like travels 6 feet or something like that. That could be sick, you know. Melodoza, forgive me, says, wish for news on Silent Hill. Anything would do with it, please. Yeah, maybe, dude. I feel like we get that with PT. Yeah, I could see that, especially with how Resident Evil's proven that like the formula works, and then for Silent Hill to pop in and be like, okay, bitch, we made this shit. Get off of us.
Coming soon,
you know,
from the team at Saber.
Love the new content, man. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Lance says, yeah, totally. I missed the 12th game. Okay.
I really can't wait to hear more about
let's talk,
Painkiller.
dude. I'm super excited.
Lone
Ticket says, talk to us, Grin. What's on your mind? Do I have to think? To me, like, E3 is, like, this is nice, but I don't know. Like, me sitting there listening to people talk about a video game is awesome, but when I'm streaming, it feels awkward, you know, because I'm just standing here like, well, I'll just kind of listen to this guy talk, which is totally cool, but it's when it's a game that I don't know. Like, I wish they would show gameplay first, and then when we see gameplay, we're like, okay, that's interesting, and then we hear about it, you know? Whereas right now, they're kind of just like, let's talk to individual developers, which seems a tiny bit sus, but yes, or not as, like, pulls me in as much personally. But yes, again, when we get to IGNs, that's where we're going to be seeing gameplay and all that stuff, which is going to happen at 2 p.m., so bear with me for an hour. But yeah. Also, Lone Syndicate, this is just kind of out of left field, but dude, I fucking love the look of Yomi, or Yomi. I'm gonna call her Yomi. Genshin's new fire archer, but apparently Yomi, they keep saying that she's gonna come in the next banner, but I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, I hope so. I hope the next banner, when we get to 1.7 in Azuma, all that stuff, she's the first banner. I hope that's the case. but I don't know if it is. The reason why I say I don't know is because she's very much tied with like the firework festival, so it makes sense that happens like she comes out at the same time as an event, like the Lantern Rite, and Xiao's involvement within the Lantern Rite made sense, you know. But who knows? Hopefully, we can just dive right in and get after it. But yeah, Joe says Tiny Tina's DLC was basically D&D in the Borderlands universe, so I'm guessing it will be an expansion from that. Yeah, Joe. It's also, it's not only that, it's how do I put it into words? It's gonna have spells, which is sick. So I'm assuming like grenades and stuff like that is gonna be now spells. It's gonna have melee weapons, which is dope. I'm hoping they go like there's two-handed melee weapons, there's one-handed melee weapons, there's like barely melee weapons, and they're more or less like a hybrid between melee and gun. I hope there's that. There's also gonna be guns. So to me, and also I think to some extent like Borderlands is held back by like the groundingness of Pandora, and in Borderlands 3 they're like trying to get out of that. They're trying to be like, okay, now let's leave Pandora and go to other worlds. But the main characters and like the story thread that pulled you through Borderlands 3 to me I thought was weak. I thought the twins were pretty bad guys and all that stuff. But hopefully, again, Borderlands or Tiny Tina's Wonderland is just going to leverage what Borderlands has always been good at, which is just madness, chaos, and fun. And I'm hoping that we're going to get a lot of that in Borderlands, or not Borderlands, Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Territory to explore. There is. There's a lot of influence.
Renaud says, isn't the new Borderlands game inspired by Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also, it's funny seeing like Tina like skulk around, like when the trailer happens and Tina kind of runs up to the Wonderland and spray paints it like, "Hey, bitch, it's me." It's like a big ass the DLC from Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, but just amped up to 100, which is awesome. But also, I feel like they've been working on that for a long time. The like melee D&D kind of inspired Borderlands game. Melodose says you talking is why we are. Thank you. Is it, or is it just like video games? Because I'm here for like you guys and the video games as a hybrid. Also to be fat and to eat chips in my soda, because E3 is like my Christmas, and well, you know, our Christmas is kind of fucked up and scuffed this year because COVID and all that. But we'll see. We'll see how it happens.
Over the course of development.
Healer? We'll call you Heal. Heal says, hello, Heal. Not seen you online forever. Oh, it's because probably stream at 6 p.m. And for some people that means it's like 1 a.m. And I apologize in general. Lonesink says, yeah, she looking dope. Also, it's funny how Mihoyo showed the new characters, but in my YouTube suggestion feed, all I see are leaks on new characters' abilities. Yeah. Well, what do you call it? That's the thing that's so cool about the one character. Lone Syndicate is the fire character. To me, I'm like, because I like her design in like the new Archer character. Her design is impossibly sick. It's so cool. Also, the way, like, again, a fire is just a useful element in general. I don't think it's going to be that nerfed in Inazuma because of electricity. I think it's going to be probably the same, if I'm being honest. But regardless. But now that I know her abilities, she is like, okay, because I don't want to spoil too much. But also, I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. It is, but it's one character. It's one character and her abilities. Eat me. When you get to experience the abilities, you're going to love it. Let me talk about it. Okay. So one of her abilities, Yumi's, is so essentially she's very much like Ganyu. She's like the best of both worlds of Ganyu and Hu Tao. The weakness to Ganyu is the fact that she becomes not as fun to play at a certain point, because you're literally sitting there holding down a button, charge, fire. Guess what? Charge, fire again and again and again. Unless you have max constellation, then you can throw in like a use E, instantly charge, use more E, so it kind of becomes a little bit boring. Now she's strong as shit. She's a nuke, but a little bit boring still. But Yumi fixes that problem with her E, functioning very similar to Hu Tao's, which when you activate her E, she just gets like a giant boost of power. But instead of it going towards her charge attack, it goes towards her base attack. So she just starts like launching like 50 arrows essentially. Not that much, but she basically attacks very quickly, and each one of her attacks has like I think 120 amplified damage. So theoretically, like again, you could use your E, and unlike Hu Tao, you could use your E, burn your E, and then when your E's on cooldown, you could use charge hits, and then you could use your alt and then cycle back into your E whenever it's available. So she just seems like a very usable DPS. Not only that, but her alt, similar to Ganyu's, is very, very support driven, except it specifically kills one target. Like it melts, it like amplifies damage towards a singular target whilst doing base pulsing damage to everyone around you, which to me seems kind of better than Ganyu's to some extent. But we'll see. Anyways, yeah, super hyped. Definitely saving my Primo Gems for her because, yeah, out of all the characters, I know I got a lot of DPS at this point. I probably should roll for some sports, but she is also one of those characters where like her look is perfect to me. I like the way she looks like a badass samurai and all that stuff. She looks very bright and like orange and yeah, I don't know. I'm in basically.
We're working with union actors. We're scanning actors as well that we're using for our characters.
Heel says you and games combo is why I am still why I'm here still. Thank you so much, Heel. Appreciate all you guys too much. Lozigan says yeah, she looks dope. Also yeah, I read that funny that everyone leaks, like Mahoya's like, we're gonna get in front of the leakers, and leakers are like, do you challenge my power? Do you challenge my power? Okay, here's all their abilities, and like Twitter's just been like a fucking nightmare. It's full of like every animation that she has. The only one we don't know a lot about, at least from me, is the animal character, which I'm sure I'm just not looking hard enough. I'm sure it exists, the gameplay and all that of her, but still.
Sharing the same goal and vision. As I said earlier,
Heel says, I am Peter, the guy who hides under rocks, under a rock years ago, if you ever remember that. I remember Peter. I remember we used to know Peter on the channel. Is that you? I'm not sure about the context of the rock.
It's
but
really exciting to be working on a small
I do
team
remember
again.
a person named Peter who used to comment quite a bit.
That kind of energy
Go ahead, Jez.
there,
I am
really
home!
working with
And to
everyone
answer your
from
question
day to
that
day.
I heard you ask, Grin, Chloe has not found a job here in my area, but she has looked. She'll be moving here closer to the end of the month, though. Okay, gotcha. Oh, but you met. Okay, so she maybe was just moving to your state or something. Oh, my heart. Sorry. Was not about it. Was just my heartburn. I'm drinking a soda. Okay, and as a 24-year-old man, I'm breaking. Even now, I can't drink pop anymore because I feel shit. But also, it's because I just don't drink pop that often. Also, I'll say, this is I'm not sure if this was the play. I really think gameplay is like huge, and I know it's a lot of it's talking about like Prime, like We Are Prime matters. It's like Amazon's Prime's new gaming space, which is dope, really neat, pretty interesting. Oh, also this is super loud. I thought this was quiet. It was quiet for me because I turned down the audio.
And even in a short period of time,
yes, I apologize that it was like he was still quite yeah, because I was talking and he was equally the same loudness as me, so it was just a weird. Anyway, regardless, yes. Did no one mention that? I looked over the sound balance and I'm like, oh no, they're just as loud as I am, and it's just like we're competing for sound and knowledge and information. But I'm not sure if this, yeah, like I know I'm happy for more games, but I'm not really. Again, it's like the Netflix model of things where it's like we have another like Game Pass. We have another Game Pass, and now Sony has their Game Pass, now Xbox has their Game Pass, and now Amazon apparently is just going to be grabbing games for their Game Pass in this, right? Unless that's not what's happening, or unless they're just a new publisher that like Amazon is kind of supporting. Maybe.
As you said, it's about gamers, devs.
I'm losing it. Says, well, Grin, whenever a Yumi comes out, just know we are getting her day one, no questions asked. You'll love the support, Lonton. That's what I like to hear. I mean, honestly, last time you told me this, it was very true. We got Eula, immediately.
But someone most likely picked the wrong box in Japan, and it looked like it's going to be
nice, Carthage.
As well.
Joe said. I'm happy for you too, Carthage, yeah. Heel says, yeah, I used to talk to you loads ages ago, and ages ago though. Battleborn. In the Battleborn times? Holy shit! Heel, good to have you back, buddy. Hope you've been taking care of yourself. Also, guys, this man has a glorious beard and an even greater mustache. Do you know how hard it is to get your mustache to wave like that? Alright? unprecedentedly hard. I'll have you know that in videos now you're seeing me do this a lot because it's fighting me. It's fighting me, and I've used wax, beeswax, fucking beeswax, dude. Okay, pomade, whatever, all this shit, and my Native American like fucking super coarse needle-like hair refuses to cope with anything, and only Asian people I feel like know what the fuck kind of hair I'm talking about, because apparently talked to my barber when I used to go to a barber, and he said that both Native Americans and Asian people have the same kind of like thorn-like, like pencil-sharp fucking hair. Okay. You look very good, and I love you to be. I was very happy to see you. Still watch your videos from time. That's so amazing, Heel. Appreciate you so much. Also, guys, let's see what I'm missing.
Deliverance on the Nintendo Switch. So we started to think, and since we are already in the Koch Media family or the Embracer family, and there's a lot of talented studios, so is Saber Interactive, and who but them would be actually capable of bringing the Kingdom Come Deliverance version on the Switch? So we sat together, and now we are here.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is coming to the Switch, not the PS5. I thought it was going to come to the PS5, but look at that. Dope. Garlic says also D&D bards are the jack of all trades. They can fill any role in the party to an extent. Okay, but that's the thing, Carthage. We're talking about D&D within the world of Borderlands, which I'm hoping they're not just like, hey, bard is like jack of all trades. I'm hoping bard is like, nah, bitch, I literally can like make any enemy, summon them, and kill them, or something. And I'm hoping that there's like what is the one that Fluff loved to play? It's like where you transform into animals, druid. I'm hoping there's like a druid class and shit. Hoping they go hard in the paint when it comes to that. But also, I wonder if it's gonna be in the same formula as Borderlands, or if the progression is not gonna be like, hey, level up your Vault Hunter to get a new skill tree or new skills in your skill tree. If it's gonna be like, go to this place, do this mission, and you'll get this special ability or special power. Why is this guy sniffing?
I must say, it actually medieval smells actually pretty well. And we are coming up with crazy stuff like that all the time. Our next new merchandise project is a Farkle boxed board game, kind of. So Farkle, for those who don't know, that's like this Kingdom Come Deliverance mini game, a dice mini game you can play in the game.
Okay.
And now
why is there a gross bar of soap?
Coming up with a boxed version you can get and play Farkle at home against your friends or against your family or whatever. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. But generally, if you're interested in these kind of stuff, just check the Warhorse Studios social media accounts. You get all the information.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is happening. Look at us go, doing things.
Hot news. Speaking of soapy hot news,
Well, Lone Syndicate says, well, Grin, gotta support you, like I said before. A team needs more waifu power, and I got you back. Thank you, bye, my boy. Thank you. What do you call it? Yeah, man. Again, the last time Lone Syndicate, I gotta be honest, I gotta just tell you about this. The last time I didn't follow my heart, alright? I said, hey, Ganyu looks fantastic. And this was before anyone ever knew what Ganyu was, alright? I said, she looks great, I'm gonna get her just because I think her look alone looks so cool, and that's it. Should have followed my heart. I know good people, I'm drawn to good people, I'm drawn to strong people, all these things. Hence all of you guys here. Anyways, you're welcome. Boom.
So are we.
Anyway, but I looked at leaks and I seen characters coming down the pipeline, and I thought, oh, well, it's probably best for me to go in this, and then I can also, the banner that character is on has a lot of the 4 stars I want, so it's probably more optimal to go for that. Lo and behold, if I would have just followed my heart, I would have gotten one of the most broken DPS supports and anything in between kind of characters Ganyu. And I didn't. And I won't. I won't let that happen again, Syndicate, okay? When I see someone and I'm like, I'm full sending it, okay? Full sending it. Although that did happen with Hu Tao, and I just never got the red artifacts. Also, finally, we get something. Reconnect. Weird, it's spacey. Okay. Looks like honestly, I don't even know. It reminds me of Syndicate. You guys remember that game? First-person game? Music's nice. Final form. Guys, we haven't got a lot of like weird, like monster. Like it's always like I'm a cyborg or I'm like techno, whatever.
Hi, we are Raycon Games, and what you have just seen is the first glimpse of our upcoming game called named Final Form.
Final Form is an
They need better
action-packed,
lighting. Me too.
epic sci-fi FPS in which you are
There's like a shadow coming down the
humanoid
side of their
machine
face.
on a space mission with no
Hydrate will
return.
do.
At the heart of the game is a mystery and alien wars to explore, but also an adrenaline-fueled combat. In Final Form, it's all about the freedom and power of movement, being a machine unrestrained by human weaknesses.
Okay.
There are
You
numerous
do
abilities and
Metro.
gadgets that come
Metroid,
with your robotic
sorry.
body, so you can give yourself away to the fantasy of becoming an unstoppable cybernetic goddess, blazing away in a spectacular ballet of destruction.
Goddess. Okay, we're playing lady. All right. Very much feels like Metro. What's good, Zaggity? Saddest voice.
Raycon is located in Warsaw, Poland, with additional team members located all over the world. The studio was founded and is managed entirely by game developers. Since the success of Ruiner, we've grown
Gotcha,
quite
cool. Main
substantially.
character.
Currently, Raycon is over 50 brilliant game creators. And counting.
And
We are
counting.
not a huge team.
I'm-
What
I'm-
we like
I'd be the
to
same
do
way.
is to evolve together with our projects, constantly finding smarter and better ways to achieve something truly unique. We build our work environment just like we make games, aiming for the best results and personal fulfillment. We strongly believe that the well-being of team members needs to be taken care of first before we
Dope.
can
Yeah,
pour
people talking
all
about
of the
crunch and how
love
like maybe we
into
shouldn't like just absolutely wreck our people. Makes sense. Looks like a very cool game. The premise is they haven't really got into it. Okay, let's see.
We're happy to be in the avant-garde of the upcoming new label. We're looking forward to share more on Final Form in the
Great.
future.
Just kind of like, hey, it's like to me it looks like Metroid and Doom had a little baby. Metroid and Doom. Sorry, not Doom. Had a little baby. Looks interesting. I don't know if it's. I've not seen anything yet that's like, oh my god, that is it. Which I feel like Amazon kind of needs. Amazon, if this is part of like Amazon, whatever. What is it called? Yeah, Prime Matters. I would assume it's Amazon Prime. Prime Matters. You'd think that they would have like a big header game like, hey, and apparently we're supposed to see that because in the thing for this thing it says there's like the tagline for this, which is we know something that you don't. So expect an announcement which is a new entry. So whatever that means. More games. Ooh, okay. Okay. Glowing rock. Is it a first-person game? I'm not getting that vibe. Feels like it's a top-down kind of jumpy game. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, this is a world premiere though. I wonder what gave it away. The thing. Yuck. The graphics look off. Like they're not. Yeah. We'll see. Gross toad-looking man. Gotcha. I feel like this is like, I don't know. I want to say it's like, well, maybe not. I was gonna say it looks like Amazon jumping the gun because they're not showing like gameplay or story. They're kind of showing like what looks like assets, you know? Ooh. Yuck. That belongs in something else. Anyway, not a game. Okay. We have an axe. Oh God. Are they doing the E3 thing? What is it? Is it a first-person game?
To Gabriel Ferreira, CTO of Massive Works Studios, who joins us now from Campinas near São Paulo in the southeast of Brazil. So, Gabriel, what is Dolmen about?
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here and to participate. Well, so let me tell a little bit about what Dolmen is. Dolmen is that kind of a game where the hero needs to save everyone from an alien threat.
Gotcha.
Fighting with all kinds of monsters and struggling to keep going forward. Yeah, that's the kind of game that Dolmen is not about. In this game, you actually save the drillers, which is the alien species that live on that planet.
Okay.
But you're going there to help a company save its investment. So you're not really the nice guy that's trying to save everyone. It's just a job.
Okay.
But we hope that the players consider the humanity, the greed, the war, and the spares and the challenges that come to mind along with that job.
I don't want to get excited until I know where it is. First person?
All that part,
Third person?
And yes, Domain is also about fighting all kinds of monsters and struggling. After all, it is a hard game. It's a hardcore game.
Okay.
It's inspired on Souls-like, so yes, you're going to die a lot.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you. So
I assume it's a
when
third-person
thinking
game
about the
then?
name Dolmen,
Souls-like?
obviously you guys went for that for like a very specific reason. What's the thinking behind the name? Why did you go for Dolmen?
I don't
So there was many things that came into our mind when describing the name of the game. Dolmen, which means a single chamber tomb.
Is that by
a
Ronald?
megalithic tomb.
Ronald.
We thought it would be a good word to describe this stone, this crystal that we have that is related to death. In many ways, everyone that deals with this crystal in the game is close to bringing problems to everyone that is around. And we wanted this to be the main piece of the game.
Cool, awesome. And now I know that people may or may not have heard of Dolmen before, so it is already out there in the world. But how long has it taken to get to this point?
Oh, it's been a long journey.
I don't know what it is. It's pissing me off. I don't. What is the gameplay?
So,
like, I know I'm being an asshole. I probably should shut up and listen, but at the same time, I'm like, man, guys, I feel like we learned this from every other E3. Well, this ain't it. You don't start by doing that. You start by being like, here's the gameplay. If you like what you see, then let's talk about the details. And if you don't, just tune this out, look on your phone until you see some new shit happen. You know. But it looks cool if it's like what he's describing, which is like a Dark Souls where you're not playing the good guy, you're playing a guy like a corporate agent that's just trying to get shit done and fuck up this planet, or fuck up anything that's not the monsters. But also I think the monsters are also your enemy. Weird, but that's very endearing and interesting. Ashley says, Carthage, did you break inside? What? He said Souls like. Yeah. So I know it doesn't mean necessarily a third-person game, but that's the only thing I have to go off of, is like that it looks like the dude is running at him with an axe, and unless that's like a side platformer, weird jumpy thing, I don't know. The only reason why I think it may not be like a third-person game, like a Souls game, is because when we were looking at the graphics, it didn't look too like detailed, which leads me to believe it's a little off, because maybe it's not a Souls-like game. But we'll have to wait and see, my friend. A little bit. It's a bit too amazing for me to give up on the friendship. Heel says third-person game with some melee and some gunplay. From what I just saw, is it? Oh, okay. Oh, you just seen it in like a clip? Okay. If anyone remembers Surge, it could be the same premise. Okay, what was Surge? Yeah, but I like the thing that made me like peek up, like, ooh, okay, is by him saying like, okay, you're not playing the good guy. You're just playing like a corporate guy. Instead of playing like the guy who's gonna save everybody, you're like, no, you got a job to do. We're gonna go down there, fuck up this planet, save the assets, and walk away. And I'm like, oh, kind of metal as hell and brutal, but sure, a different take at least. He says, maybe you guys are soulmates, but not in the romantic way. Don't worry. Yeah, no worries about it. Just try to be happy. Try to make the other person happy, and that's it. And if something happens along the way, then good shit. Easy peasy. Although it's not that easy, but still. Anyways. All right, let's see if they're talking about something
The routes that you considered at first.
She seems lovely.
Yeah.
She seems like a southern belle. Just
the humans are afraid of what they don't know. And the universe has infinite possibilities. There is always something unknown that we can explore in space. So that sci-fi setting really was something that we could use to throw everything that our insane minds could come with.
Nice.
So we wanted to use the sci-fi as a tool to reach this goal, to present the player a world of unknown that he can fear and he can enjoy it.
No, absolutely. And while we're kind of on the point of humans and Earth, you guys are based in Brazil, which is awesome. Are there any specific challenges that you face during development because of that, or just in general?
Yeah, there were a lot of challenges.
Every game, one of the things I like, it's nice that they're talking about directly, but yeah, I think every game, we're going to hear a lot about that, is about people being like, yeah, so this game was supposed to come out like, this year. No. No, dude. 2020 happened and fucked everybody up, including the game industry. But now it seems like things are starting to stabilize again, which is nice. But I think that's the question they're constantly asking is like, so how bad has it been for you? And they're like, pretty bad. But also, I feel, I don't know, this may be a misconception, but I feel like game developers, out of all of like the other jobs, probably have a, it seems like a lot of things that they're doing is over the computer and whatnot. So I feel like they would have the ability to progress, albeit really slowly and with a lot more jank, but still be able to progress. Whereas I feel like some people who just can't do their jobs unless they're not in person, or if it is, it's like crazy hard, like teaching. I think teaching would be so fucking hard if you weren't in person, you know?
Something that our company appreciates the most and really gives value is the people that we work with.
Ladies and gentlemen, what are you eating tonight, by the way? Are you guys just sitting here watching me and watching this man talk about video games? I'm going to turn it up so I can eat my chips.
Kind of on that theme of development and challenges, given how development and technology often dictates how a game evolves throughout its development, how kind of close are you to the original concept that you guys came up for Dolmen?
Well, there are different point of views on that answer, especially because we started really small. And the journey of the game, for example, it started as a concept from a few friends that get together and they brainstormed it for months, the game. So it diverged in two senses. And one of them, when we first thought of the game is huge and is insane and has a lot of
Heel says,
on it.
questions asked are kind of boring to me. Yeah. Again, I just think like to me it's like I don't even know what the game is. We've seen some cool like world, like hey, it's like you got some weird tentacle things, kind of like a Dark Souls vibe, sure, but we don't know what like the atmosphere is. And I feel like it's and maybe this is the case. It's like Amazon's Prime's first introduction into doing like gameplays and E3s and stuff. But I think they're gonna learn pretty fast. They're like, yeah, this ain't it. I don't think it's exactly what people want. Ghostly says, watching you while I play FIFA 14. Nice. Also, Heel says, I ate a burger with beets. Like with beets, like the fruit or vegetable beet, like beets. Am I thinking about that right? I think so. Yeah, weird. Weird combination. Is it good? Or is it just what you had on hand?
With satisfy that point of satisfaction.
Go get some food, Mel. Go get some food.
More. At the end of the day,
it says, experiencing online schooling myself, I can tell teachers is difficult if not in person.
On top of all, we want to make
well, I think that's the problem I'm saying is I think so many things in school don't leverage like the utility of doing because I don't know, I've always thought about this, but what's the argument to some extent against taking the most charismatic people you can, taking the most incredible teachers who come up with methods to actually teach and not take tests, and leverage video editing, all the other kind of like lighting, and do like one really good explanation of the basic facts, and then do that 4 other times with 4 other teachers. And the reason why I say a charismatic person is because sometimes a teacher has like a wellspring of knowledge and is very good about explaining things, but isn't very good at what do you call it? Like laying out the information and keeping people engaged, making people feel like they have to keep listening. Which is why I think charisma can be leveraged in that way. But yeah, I always thought that why don't we do that instead of like, again, just taking like, because again, all it takes is one shitty teacher to fucking ruin your progression, and all it takes is one good teacher to supercharge your progression, right? So why wouldn't you just try to give the best kind of teachers the platform to teach everybody that they kind of would need? Now, yes, there's an argument for yes, people need to specifically know how to progress in certain things, and that makes sense, but yeah, I think, yeah, I think it'd be I don't know why people don't do that, or why they haven't done that yet. But I digress. Ricardo says, it is pretty telling, though, that my cat, who hates women, didn't mind her. All 3 of my kitties reacted very positively on their own way to having clear. Okay, it is interesting. What are your cats male, potentially, or female? Maybe female. Regardless, odd. Interesting that they're like, nah, none of these other bitches. Joe says, I'm making buffalo wings and nuggets. Hot damn, Joe, that sounds amazing. Oof, buffalo wings, man. What, you putting that sauce on them too? Ooh, That's just weird. Buffalo wings just as is. Sounds significantly less hype. Ghost says, no, not FIFA, lol. Oh, Final Fantasy 14, sorry. Whenever I see FF, I'm like, FIFA, right? FIFA, okay. No, Final Fantasy, okay. 4 says, do smaller games like Let It Die have a chance to be announced tomorrow in different days, or is today the only new game announcements? Oh, no, 404. I think, so what we got is, I can actually show you. We can just take a little bit of break from this big old version of my face. We'll take a little detour. Here, what we're looking at, right here. Okay, back to my dumb face. There it is. Okay, ooh, I'm kind of blocking it. But so this is what we're experiencing. This is what today is, June 11th. This is Friday. We got this one that we're watching. This is going to end when this starts. And even if it doesn't end, we're going to go to IGN. So this is IGN's thing where they say we'll offer new game reveals, new but never before seen gameplay and announcements to the rosters. We're gonna watch that at in a couple of minutes here, 20 minutes. It's gonna start at 2 p.m., which is starting pretty soon here. And then tomorrow we have this, which is, I think we're gonna probably skip this part and we're just gonna go straight to Ubisoft. Maybe. I'll let you guys know. We'll probably decide. I'll decide by the end of the day. Look at Discord if we're lost. But yeah, this starts here. A big thing for tomorrow is that, of course, Ubisoft's having their thing, so we're going to see probably more gameplay of Far Cry 6 and Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. Devolver Digital is happening. We're also having Gearbox have some stuff going on. A lot of stuff. As you guys see, a lot of things are happening tomorrow. I don't know how many we'll cover, but we'll probably try to do a lot of them, especially Ubisoft's and Devolver Digital, because I think they're back to back. But then on Sunday we have the Xbox thing, which we'll see a lot of stuff. I don't know actually where Let It Die would fit in this. Warner Brothers, no, because we have PlayStation doesn't have a like direct thing. Which with that being said though, that doesn't necessarily mean that Let It Die is going to be tied to Sony, because Sony's already has No More Heroes, so they may want to. Honestly, I'm not sure about Let It Die. I'm not sure what the odds of us getting that is. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it. But that's what the whole schedule is, by the way. I linked it in the hub channel for our Discord. So if you want to see that shit, there it is. There it is. That one. This. Put that back over here just so I don't lose track of the timing things and go back to the one thing. Good. The wrong one. Sorry, my bad. Butterfingers, all that. Ooh, Sadie says Chloe is adorable. Told you that we would like her, and I'm glad that you know that. Okay, and lovely. Eel says mostly too lazy to cook something more than that. Okay. What really? I feel like, man, that's what you described was great. I don't know whether they're not lazy. It's just efficient. Okay. What's good, Azel? Azel says hello. Always good to see you, buddy. Hopefully having a lovely night. I'll be honest. This has been rough. This one, I was hoping for some gameplay. I realize it's like deep dives into games. This one was not ideal. I kind of figured it would be, because it's kind of like I've never heard of the situation before. So I was kind of like, well, this could be a rough sell. Simply put. Ooh, King's Bounty 2. What the fuck is that? I don't know. But let's see what it is.
And see you later.
Thank you. See ya.
I gotta sneeze. Oh god.
Now, the first title from Prime Matter will be the beautiful, highly anticipated King's Bounty 2. We have a first look at the gameplay trailer, and then Opal got a chance to sit down and talk with CEO Nikolai Baryshnikov.
That's a badass name. Okay.
The balance.
It's like MOBA. Some Dragon Age. No, definitely MOBA. Or MMO, sorry, not MOBA. I'm the worst. MOBA.
Our land, Nostria, dances on the knife's edge of fate. King Claudius, my father, cannot lead, and his absence has set the realm in motion. Something is coming.
What's that game?
Now the burden of the crown falls onto me.
What's that game where it's like...
was flourishing, but there is unrest.
It used to be beautiful here. My wife and I had a nice life then.
Conspiracy, sabotage, necromancy. They all threaten this land asunder. But we must unite, for distorted terrors are advancing.
I've got that
Rumors
in.
tell of a false prophet, putting our hope in something that does not exist. A seer foretells that our Savior is among us. People of
now.
Nostria, you laid faith in my father. Do so to me. We must look towards the horizon, fight back the darkness, and preserve the light of our land.
I don't know if it's Dragon Age or like
Nostria.
or like an MMO. Coming out August 2020, August 24th.
Hello there, guys. Thanks for joining me, and I am
Again, we don't really see
joined by
gameplay.
Nikolai Barinshtakov from 1C Entertainment, who is CEO and creator of King's Bounty 2. So King's Bounty has been years in development and has a 30-year pedigree. So what is it that makes King's Bounty 2 so special?
The original King's Bounty was a grandfather of games like
Looks like a cheap ESO.
Heroes of Might and Magic. So it created these turn-based gameplay when we have a hex-based battlefield and the troops are moving in turns.
Oh, the strategy RPG. Okay.
You know, like chess pieces on the board. So I think that's.
I don't know what that game I'm thinking of is, but it's kind of like D&D.
Yeah. King's Bounty.
Absolutely, and kind of speaking about that, and I know as you mentioned, the first King's Bounties was 1990, and then you had the King's Bounty that you guys created in the 2000s. What technical improvements now that we're in 2021 are you most excited about?
I think their questions are super flawed. Not to be I'm sorry if this comes across rude. It's not my intention to be cruel. It's just that what do you call it? Like, I don't know what King's Bounty is. So like, what kind of technical limitations did you have? I'm like, I don't know what this is. To begin with, maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I should know what it is. I just don't know what it is. So I'm like, what are we doing? What are we dealing with? I don't know. We'll see. Again, hopefully we'll see gameplay. I'm sure that, like, when you go to YouTube today, you'll have like your inbox will be full of trailers for King's Bounty and all that stuff. Hopefully we'll see some of that. And I'll be like, oh, okay, it looks like a weird, like a strategy RPG. That sounds dope, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. Azel says, I just got here, and the statement about teachers is so true and applies to me. Yes, applies to everybody. Everyone's had that teacher in their life that's been like a fucking great, and then everyone's been not so great, not so good teacher. Because all three of my cats are girls. It's just that one of them has blamed all human women for the time that she got herself trapped in a plastic bag when she was a kitten. What the hell? She's like, yeah, I gotta blame someone. It's the first person I see. Your mom walks in. That. Just no, not like this. Azel says, have you seen the new Borderlands Wonderland, man? We were talking about it a couple minutes ago, man. I can't wait. I really hope they go fucking hard in the paint with that game, and I really hope we get some like pretty amazing like melee weapons and whatnot. I hope they don't go like, and honestly, Borderlands 3 kind of had some like, again, I want them to go hard. Like a lot of times they're like, okay, yeah, you can have melee weapon, and like it has a jagged edge, and this one has like a katana-like blade. Ooh-wee, slice and dies. I'm really hoping they're like, no, they're like gore physics to where like you can cut someone in half and like bang. I hope that there's like temporal slashes where it's like threads of light that like slice through enemies, and you could really fucking stack that up and make that amazing. Yeah, or like there could be like blunt, and then you could have two skills, one in which they can level up your strength, and then the other one can level up your precision. And strength can just like, if you have max strength, you could hit an enemy and like bounce him 10 feet and like smack him against the wall, shit like that. Like evolving the melee combat and not just being like, but now your weapons look like they're assembled from trash, but also cool metal stuff. And I'm like, oh, sure, I guess I'll play it. But yeah, I'm hoping that they crank the progression and the coolness of the factor of each of the weapons up quite a bit. But we'll see. It is yet to be seen whether that's going to happen or not. Joe says, if Let It Die got new content, I would be very surprised. It seemed like a dead game run by a skeleton crew just trying to get with whatever last bit of money out of players. Joe, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that sentiment, at least towards the end. Well, there was a time when we started getting like higher floors where I was like, okay, this seems like something, and I think I honestly, I don't know, because part of me does feel like it's a little bit of a backhanded kind of thing, because there was a lot of people, like a lot, like again, they always did like, here's 5 million players, or here's like 3 million players that are playing Let It Die. And then it very much seemed like the developers were like, yeah, but we've moved on. Like you're like, but your game is successful. Like, you've clearly found something. And they're like, yeah, but we've moved on. And it's like, which is the good news, is that whatever they're moved on to, hopefully it's an echo of some of the mechanics that we fell in love with Let It Die. And hopefully we get to see that sooner rather than later. But yeah, I think if a person stopped playing Let It Die by the last TDM weapon update or patch, that's because everything else was just decal stickers. So it did feel a little odd in that regard. And that's not to say that I don't love Let It Die. I think what they did make was fantastic. I think their support after the fact was, again, like Adel said, Skeleton Crew. Or sorry, no, not Adel, like Joe said, Skeleton Crew. Heel says, I am just happy to hear you live and able to talk to you again after a year. Yeah, I was about to say, well, yeah, man, I'm always here. It's the same thing. Sometimes you guys are like busy, your life catches up with you, you got school kicking your ass, you got your work kicking your ass, you got your family kicking your ass. And I'm just like, dude, I'll be here unless I die randomly. And then I'll be like, well, even though that my parents know to fucking jump on and be like, he doesn't regret anything and he loves you all. And then it's fine. But I'll be here. I've been here for like stupid long time. Okay, so as long as you can just deal with your life, and then when you come back, I'll probably be here. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And if not, I'll be here in spurts for sure. Azel says, looks like a cheaper ESO. I feel that, Azel. Joe says, the original King's Bounty games were strategy RPGs. Neverwinter? Question mark? Oh, okay, yeah, no. Noah was telling me about Neverwinter, I think. Azel says, true. It also looks like that. Okay. One thing that says, I agree with you. Azel says, yeah, I hope it's awesome. Yeah. For the Borderlands 3, man, I don't know. Again, because I feel like it makes sense. Like, this is the smartest thing that they could do, because they're leveraging what Gearbox themselves can do, because that's one of the things that like in Borderlands 3 was very apparent, was the guy who wrote Borderlands 2's story is gone. He no longer works for Gearbox, and he was the guy who, if I'm not mistaken, wrote Handsome Jack as a character. And I feel like Gearbox was trying to like cling on to Handsome Jack and like trying to make new villains and like this overarching like Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of like so many worlds, so many dimensions kind of thing. But I think that was never their strength. Like with that guy who left the company, that was his strength, is writing a story that kind of like threads together really well, and it's like fun but interesting, and these characters are weird and etc. Whereas I think Gearbox's strength is in their chaos and madness, which they've proven with the later subsequent DLCs like Krieg and whatnot, where it's literally just, how can we make the character entertained and experience insanity? And like goofy fun, weirdness, throw cool weapons at them and keep them engaged. That's what Gearbox is really good at doing. So with the overarching thing of a D&D game, where anything can happen for any reason, for no reason, especially with Tiny Tina at the helm, and with all of the different kind of like weapons, and instead of it being like regimented towards a character, you can regiment, everyone can have access to melee weapons, spells, archery, or whatever it could be, right? So it could be like a whole slew of cool ideas that can take place, and that can leverage what Gearbox has always been pretty good at, which is making different ways of playing the game. Like, again, using a gun that has like this build or that build, or has this weird projectile, but if you hit that projectile, it shatters the world in half. So like there's things like that I think are Gearbox's strengths, and I'm hoping that this new game will leverage their strengths rather than their weaknesses, which to me has been that weird bit of business. Also, dude, fucking motherfucking subscribe to me. Thank you so much. Azel says, yeah, I hope it's awesome. Yeah. Azel says, I love the level idea when I started playing Let It Die, but it got boring when you keep fighting the same enemies. Yeah, or they just keep getting harder to some extent. But yeah, like the thing that broke my heart, man, is again, Let It Die when you get past the 21st floor, and when you first hit somebody, and I feel like Let It Die for 1 to 20 is so clean, dude. It's so good because it's just like pure skill. Like you can just you're trying to dodge around these weapons, you're getting attacked by 3 enemies at once, you're just using your fist to kind of like find their weak points. Super satisfying. You pick up like 2 or 3 food items, and you know that if I can tank is this many hits. So if I quickly eat this food item, then I can actually like take on 2 enemies at once and manage. And now we know we can like jump on a lower platform and like they're screwed, they can't hit you or whatever. So there are ways to gamify, but at the time you didn't know how to do it. So there was this moment of like, okay, I can trade blows with them. I can absorb enough damage to where I can win the encounter. But then as soon as you get past the 20th floor, not only do your if you don't have your weapon leveled up, you just do nothing. But also you can't tank any more hits unless you have the sufficient armor. And your armor can break because it has durability. So you're kind of sitting there like, I don't want to take any hits because my armor will degrade, and therefore I can't play that like aggressive kind of back and forth game like I used to. And if I do, it's reckless and it's like not something to bank on. So I really thought there was things in Let It Die that kind of felt like I feel like 1 to 20 feels great. Past that, you're like, oof, I gotta grind, I gotta get effort, I gotta slowly start chipping away. Also, 404 girl, I just gotta say is, you're every single time, you're always the sweetest human being ever in the comments or whatever. But 404, you're the fucking knife anime thing. I seen it first on like H3H3 when Belle Delphine like mailed them like image or something. It looks horrific. It's someone basically putting a whole kitchen knife in their mouth, and I'm just like, I can't. Every single time I see it, it gives me anxiety. Like, be careful, Jesus. But it's just funny because that's always been like a circus performing act where they take like a sword and like they put it down their whole gullet, and you're just like, yuck. But that is something else. It's just not the same. Maybe it's because it's a thick ass blade that's just like, nope, that's mean. Anyways, more things.
Titles. We keep saying it. And honestly, I shouldn't have a favorite. It's like picking between a favorite child. However, this next title speaks to me on
you should
a
definitely have a
gaming
favorite
level,
game when it comes to
unlike
art.
Any other.
Your kids
this
are like
third-person
they came from you. I didn't make any of these games. I absolutely
can have
a
favorite. Night, tossing and turning with its horrific, nightmarish creatures. Think Alice in Wonderland meets Alien, or as one US journalist put it, Tomb Standing. Guys, sit back, relax, grab a pillow, because you get a world-exclusive look at Scars Above.
Okay.
Good job. Dr. Ward, Dr. Yoshida, get to the bridge, please. Time to see what's inside our alien guest.
Looks a little janky. Looks like a Steam early access game. But you should never oversell things.
Telemetry check.
Looks like they made him oversell it a little bit.
Telemetry check. Here go.
It's funny because when you look at these games, I feel like certain things are on Cloud 9.
How is this possible?
Like the world layout is fun.
Is this? How did I end up here?
But her animations for her movement is kind of fucky. So you're like, well, one person was paid a lot of money. The other people.
Log entry. The gate has an internal conduction system. The 3 points on the rim seem sensitive. A targeted blast of electricity should cause a reaction.
My favorite thing. Puzzle solving. Love it. That didn't look great. Oh,
the tree. It's
it doesn't look anything like Alice in Wonderland.
As it entered the atmosphere.
Expectations were not set. Maybe the idea of like a girl going into the unknown world, which is super vague and shouldn't even be considered Alice in Wonderland, I'm sure.
Mira, it's still intact.
If I don't see a sexually odd and like creepy as AF cat, I'm gonna be annoyed. Let me see that health bar when you shoot it. Yeah. It seems fine. Yeah. The gun when it's zoomed in.
What was that?
Please hit E. Whatever that is. Did you put on your flashlight?
The creature has multiple salivary glands in its thoracic region that seem to produce a highly venomous secretion.
I'm really not getting the Alice in Wonderland 10 cartridge as well. It seemed like a... Gun combat seems fine. The HUD seems odd.
Wow. whole place is covered with some kind of organic residue.
Yeah, it's the way, I think that's what's bothering me. It's the characters like this.
Looks like Robinson managed to connect the MPU to the pillar.
She's like frozen, and I'm like, it seems synthetic. I'm not a fan. The game looks, man, the game looks, again, it looks like it's doing some things really good, and other things it's like, what happened to the budget with that? But maybe, again, they have still time to develop things like the animations and like the idle animations.
This will help me get through that tissue webbing. And I'm taking the MPU.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, her voice doesn't sound like it's in the space that she's talking. It sounds like it's in like a room, you know? Yeah. The weapons seem neat. A charge weapon. See, that's the thing that sucks. Like, you hit a, yeah. Well, I guess it's actually, it looks like a decent damage or a time thing. It just doesn't look satisfying to hit. Ooh, just crank some drugs. Okay. It looks dark. Why is every game gotta be dark? Just because something's scary doesn't mean it has to be fucking hard to see everything. What if they did that as a game?
Who were the architects of this place? Did they build these towering monuments to serve a purpose, or as a testament to their might? Were they looking for answers or solving a problem?
Very breathy. Solving a problem. Sorry. What if they did that? What if they made a horror game, but it was like the most bright world possible? I think it's possible. I think darkness is like theoretically the foundation of all horror games. Again, you're fighting this monster and she's just like, I'm just switching weapons. Got a weapon. Shoot him. just looks like a corpse. Like, anyway.
This thing was huge.
She thick, is she? You gotta see Lady Dimitrescu, and you gotta increase your standards. Okay. Hazel says this game looks meh. It looks a little, looks fine. Again, they're putting like the world premiere thing in there, and I'm like, I mean, yes, that's true. you are correct, but I don't know if I feel justified putting it there again. The voice actor sounds like a robot. There's some moments where she sounds fine, and other moments, yeah, you're probably a little right. It's a little rough. What's with them showing so much gameplay of this one? And like all the other ones, they're like, no. The other devs were like, yeah, let's show them what we were actually working on. And then the other devs were like, don't do that. Again, this looks neat.
The images are dripping with the fluid that's freezing the water. There's the brain.
I'm gonna be stuck on this for 10 years, and I'm gonna look up a guide, and I'm gonna be frustrated that I wasn't able to think of it.
The pseudocerebrum
Well, because
seems
it's
to be
thick,
generating
where
a
I didn't see it. It's just her when she's walking. She's got a backpack, so if you got that, those eyes like Hazel has, then maybe you'll see it. But Joe says seems more like a dark remnant from ashes. Yeah, a darker remnant from ashes. Yeah, but remnant ashes also had like mechanics, like the weapons were different. You had abilities. She seems like you have a gun that's. It's like again, it seems like puzzle solving is like a huge part of it, and then story, which. I don't know, man. Do you guys want more of like this kind of game? Because to me, I find like after seeing Resident Evil, I'm like, oh, that's what I want more of. You know, Resident Evil Village and shit. I think it says, Alice in Wonderland looks different from what I remembered. Yeah, where's the bright and the color and the goofy fun and insanity? The voice actor sounds like a robot. Sparks, what's good, Sparks? Sparks says, are you going to stream later tonight too? No, Sparks, this is our stream for the day. Also, no workout stream today as well, because E3, we're getting fat this weekend, all right? We're eating some chips, we're drinking some pop, and we're just enjoying the next year of gaming together. But, I will say, probably Saturday or Sunday, there's like many different E3 press conferences,
really
so that might be scattered.
And last week, Opal had a chance to talk to the developers, Mad Head Games, and ask them what their game was all about.
All right, I don't need to hear any more about it. I'm not interested, and I'm okay. Thank you, though. Looked interesting, but I'm out. Okay. Also, let's turn down this as well. I just want to get you guys hear something a little different. rather than just the thing. But anyways, if you guys didn't catch that, because the person we're talking and whatnot, we are going. There's certain E3 streams that are happening early in the morning and late at night. So on Sunday and Saturday we might stream twice, in the early morning and later down night, depending on how I feel. I'll let you guys know within like 7 hours of time, so you guys can react to it and stuff like that. But even if it's just little old me here, just like getting excited by my lonesome, I'll be here. But yeah.
Our protagonist, Kate Ward, who is a mission specialist. She's an astrobiologist with a background in engineering. She's one of the.
Heel says, looks slow. Might be fun though if it's finished. Yeah. Again, it looks like the. Yes, and Heel. I don't know, Heel. To me, I just feel like when I see that kind of game, I'm like, all it does is make me want Dead Space. You know what I mean? It makes me want like a game that just doesn't hold back, goes full into that. But it kind of looks like it's trying to be Dead Space, but then also it's like slower and stuff like that, you know? Again, it has the potential to be fun, but I don't know. Again, I think right now, even now, I don't know if I want... Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want another Dead Space. Like, right now, Resident Evil is like, no. That to me is way more what I'd rather have. Like, suspense coupled with, like, creepiness, coupled with, like, really cool, different atmosphere. Like, that with everything we just seen through each level of that whole gameplay trailer was the same. It was like, outside, darkest blue. Outside, darkest blue with fog. Outside, cave, dark and maybe green, and more dark. You know, like, it's the same kind of thing. Whereas if Resident Evil had, like, a bunch of different feeling atmospheres and etc. So that's kind of what I want. But maybe that's expecting too much from maybe that kind of game, which is not a AAA kind of experience or whatnot. But we'll see. Carla says, reminds me of Mortal Shell, except with guns. Really, I feel like Mortal Shell had a lot more finesse than that one. And also, Mortal Shell, you were playing a literal dead body husk, so it made sense that you were like... And even if it did that, it made it so that your main character didn't really speak... Like there were certain things where I was like, okay, Mortal Shell feels like a little bit more fair. Lone Syndicate says, honestly, I'm just waiting for Persona 6. Probably won't come out till I'm 30 years. I was about to say, I'm sorry to say this, Lone Syndicate, but Dad might be a little bit off. Just a little bit.
I think the best stories come from the real world.
Ooh, that's actually really good. I fuck with this energy drink. It's a rain sour apple. Yeah, it doesn't have that bad of an aftertaste too. Does it have sugar in it? A lot of these fucking energy drinks are like calorie free or something. No, it's got zero sugar. Well, zero like sugar. It could have fake sugar in it. So yeah.
This fear, gives birth to some unreasonably dark actions, which lead to more bad things and more fear and more bad things. And in a way, Scars Above is like.
Goes, it says, did you play Returnal? I'm gonna Google this because it's. Oh, is that new game that was like a space game that was like very arcadey? Kind of looked like an homage to. Yeah. I didn't play it, but that's the game that I'm thinking of too. Yeah, it looked awesome, Ghostly. It looked like a kind of like a throwback to kind of classic like dodging art arcadey games, which was cool and endearing. But I never played it because it was on PS4, I believe. I played PS5, and even if it was on PC, I don't think I had the time to play it. But yeah, it looked cool. Joe says chips today means double the status points next week. Sure, yeah, absolutely. Make it rain. For what it's worth, I'm still exercising today and tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. Maybe probably tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe we'll do our exercise stream, but it will just be exercise. It won't be just like, yeah. We'll see what happens. Lone Syndicate says, dang, no play together stream on this Sunday. We could do it. We'll probably do it, yeah. I might just conjoin it with, like, after the, Yeah, probably after, well, okay, I'm not going to say anything, but we're going to try probably. So after Sunday's like E3 extravaganza, if I have a little more fuel in the tank, we'll jump into Let It Die, or not Let It Die, Genshin and play some games together, yeah. Lone Syndicate says, dang, oh, shit, you guys, what the F? God damn you. This, it's not your fault, it's my fault. IGN's thing's happening. They just keep talking. I thought this was going to be over by the time they started the IGN thing. God damn it. Panic. This. Stop it. Stop talking. IGN's, Summer Games. Is this it? I don't know if this is it. IGN's Expo live stream, summer games. It seems like the same shit. Let's go with that one. All right. Is this? Oh, did they do another Doki Doki Literature Club? I keep hitting the wrong buttons. All right, I guess they're making a Doki Doki game again. Give me a second. I just want to see. Did I close everything? So we're not. Yeah, we're fine. All right. Do one of these. It's really loud. All right. All right, this game is not suitable for children, those who are easily, yeah, I was about to say, murder.
Man, I gotta tell y'all, what a block of awesome that was. I'm so excited for Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, especially as a man living in the middle of a pandemic. You know, I wouldn't mind having Monica in my reality these days, and I know I'm not alone. Actually, I am alone, which is why I want a video game character to come keep me company. But I am excited for that one. What about you, Brian?
None of these games look like too different.
Sure, definitely. Well, that
looks
Sherlock
like
Holmes game looks pretty cool. And also, as a man and living in the post-pandemic, I'd sure love to have a platonic business relationship with Watson to solve crimes and such.
Okay, so we got
but
the
let's
new.
keep this train going by tossing it to the developers over at Gearbox for a breakdown of the Wonderlands trailer. This new game is set in the Borderlands universe and inspired by Tiny Tina's tabletop adventures.
There we go.
Let's take a look at Wonderlands.
Rain is a pre-workout drink that I used when I'm out of something. Okay, nice. All right, Tina. Show me the money! No gameplay though?
Hey everybody, my name is Matt Cox and I'm the creative director of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and I'm thrilled to be able to go through this trailer with you today. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is an entirely new adventure set in an unpredictable fantasy world that's full of whimsy and wonder and high-powered weapons. Packed with fresh gameplay ideas, irreverent humor, a crazy story-driven adventure, and repeatable endgame content that you can enjoy with friends in co-op up to 4 players.
You cannot hide from fate.
Apparently got a lot of high-end actors.
So on your quest to defeat our main villain, the Dragon Lord, you're going to fight a variety of monsters, from shambling skeletons to, like this, sharks with legs. So designing for this chaotic brand of fantasy lets us run wild with our imagination. So you can expect some slightly warped takes on high fantasy. The awesome Gabe Kunda voices the mysterious figure that you hear in this trailer. Now, he's not the protagonist. Players can actually create and customize their own multi-class heroes in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Okay, multi-class.
Players won't literally customize their weapons, but you will collect a wide variety of loot and a wide variety of rarities. So you have guns, spells, melee weapons, and of course you'll have your skills that you can use. And then you'll be able to find loot like armor and amulets and more.
Okay. It's like a shield and shit.
Spells are a big part of our combat loop, and while it's true we do not have grenades in this game, we actually like to think of our spells more as mini skills because of their power and their variety of behaviors.
Right. I love it.
Our cast is incredible. We have the headstrong Captain Valentine, the rule-obsessed robot Fret, and of course our tyrant villain Dragon Lord, and Tiny Tina, and they're all brought to life by these great actors. And of course, enter a magical diamond binacorn leaping in to save the day here. This speaks to the wild and irreverent humor in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Now, all of this takes place in a game within a game as players experience a round of bunkers and badasses, a chaotic fantasy tabletop adventure where anything can happen. The very unpredictable Tiny Tina makes the rules, she changes the world on the fly, and guides players on their epic fantasy journey. Now, a lot of the tone and humor in this story springs from this chaos.
Perfect,
This takes place in Dragon Keep, but if you don't know what that means, that's okay. Dragon Keep, but if you don't know what that means, that's okay, because this is a brand new adventure in a brand new world in the mind of Tiny Tina, playing bunkers and badasses. We absolutely love Tina and the crazy world that we're creating, and it's been an absolute joy working on this game. So we're very excited for everyone to share in this experience when it launches next year.
Next year! Hopefully we get some gameplay pretty soon. Yeah, because it sounds awesome. Again, if they really nail the spell casting, that could be so sick.
I think it should go without saying that Wonderlands looks wonderful. There, I said it, and I don't care who hears me say something so brave yet so controversial. Anyway, we've got more gaming goodness coming up on the IGN Expo when Summer of Gaming 2021 returns, so don't go anywhere. Don't.
That's for you,
That's a threat. It's not a threat. I mean,
it's
just mildly nicely asking you don't go anywhere. But don't go anywhere. I have scissors.
I knew I said that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that looks sick. It's interesting, yeah, them talking about like the way that spells. Again, it seems like everything slots in where you'd expect it to slot in. Like there are no shields, but there are like amulets, and like that can give you protection or whatever, you know, something like that. I could see them being like, okay, well, we're just kind of repackaging the Borderlands formula and then adding melee weapon spells, and maybe like more. Again, with the adage of them not needing to actually be restricted by like a grenade, even though they've already went above and beyond with grenades in Borderlands, they can actually change their like E's to actually, or not their E's, sorry, their a grenade slot or whatever, your RB attack to actually be a casting spell, which I hope is, dude, I hope a summoner does exist within Borderlands. Some people could be like, yeah, they totally exist. You know how like, what's his name? What do you call it? Flak. Flak could be like a summoner, right, Grin? Sure, a little bit. Every single Comic-Con or convention, you always see a Deadpool who's very molesty, frankly. But I always am like, don't ruin this character, you rat. Anyways, what's good, guys? What happened, by the way? I got a little entrenched in that. But this time we're gonna be only thing I think we missed is that I could see is Doki Doki Literature Club, and what seemed to be the new Sherlock game, which looked odd, to say the least. What's this? Sherlock, what's this? Okay, it's like a cute little kind of move game. Neat. Okay, let's go back to current. I don't want to miss anything. Dev reactions. Neat. Oh, it's speedruns. But we can increase the audio just a little bit. I need to make sure the audio is the same for me it is for you guys, because for me, like when it's quiet, it's silent. Lozic says, yes, Wonderland! I know we got in there perfect time, right? Ashley says, is Wonderland a DLC for Borderlands 3 or a standalone game? Ashley, it is a standalone game, full game. I think they've been developing that one actually a good long time as well, because we've known about their Borderlands wanting to do melee weapons for a long time. So I'm assuming that's them holding back and doing all that.
Of IGN's new show, The Fix Entertainment. Whether it's the latest superhero scoop, film fiasco, or anime announcement, I'll be here covering all the breaking movie, TV, and streaming news that matters most to you. Make sure to catch the
Hazel says it's a whole separate game. Yes, it's a standalone game. Yes. Yes, this is what I like the sound of. Yeah. Ashley says, I wonder if we'll see another from other titles. What you mean?
These scissors. Time to get rid of them. Give me that, man. You don't need those. Give them to me. What are you doing?
Guys, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just them like, you clearly, that's maybe the joke. I don't know. That guy has too many necklaces. I'll say it. Look how many fucking necklaces he's wearing. I don't trust it. It's too many necklaces. College says, if you have ever tripped, fallen, and lived, then congrats. You've survived a collision with Earth. Amazing. Ooh, this one looks cool. Sifu. Ooh, it's real fucking, it's bopping. I have anxiety. You guys with me? The heartbeat's giving me anxiety. I'm terrified. Holy shit. Ooh, getting some good old Absolver feel. I can't wait to get old AF as this man. That was clean. That's not how it's gonna actually play at all, I feel. But neat. All it would take, guys, is one gun or a knife. And then just kinda, it all goes to shit. I'll be honest. What even if a dude hucks a chair at somebody? I feel like that's still pretty rough. Nice. I'm in. Legos! Oh. Actually says, will someone said Deadpool while he's riding a bus stallion? Yeah. It says Deadpool is vulgar, not molesty though. I know. I didn't say what do you call it, Deadpool was. I said people who wear Deadpool's mask at Comic-Con conventions and shit are molesty. Okay, they're not like I'm goofy. It's like no, I'm gonna squeeze some girl's tits who's cosplaying because I'm quirky. It's like no, that's creepy, dude. You're a creep. Anyways, what is this? I don't like. It's very weird. Oh, they're showing like a 3D player. Okay. 3D printed like Lego set? Neat. Also, what is this? What is that? I don't. Okay. Joe says, yeah, but mostly molesting is one of the traits, not to take it to conventions. Yeah, exactly. Deadpool is all about consent. Is he? Well, I agree that Deadpool is. The people who wear his mask, I think they get the wrong lesson from good old Deadpool. Ash said, geez, Deadpool has a daughter, really, guys. Is that true? I don't know enough about Deadpool. Maybe that's true. What was all of this? A collaboration with Lego and Western things? Apparently it's on Steam. I don't know what that is.
I know what you're thinking. Who is that gorgeous amphibian? And how can I be as successful as him? Well, I'll tell you, kiddo. You gotta come to Radlandia, the place of opportunity.
Aren't cute?
Where even the ice cream's dreams of hitting the big time. You see these guys? They've got that go-getting attitude, making it happen in the streets. And oh, the streets, kid! Forget paved with gold. Here, there's nothing but miles of the smoothest concrete ramps and grinds everywhere.
Pink?
You wanna grab your board and... Hold on, you can skate, right?
Huh.
Whatever, you pick it up!
I like the art style.
Look, it's fine. Your skills, my connections, ain't nothing we can't achieve.
Is it a third-person game?
There's a whole world out there to discover. It's time to shine, my humanoid friend.
Show me gameplay.
Let's roll.
No, it's one of the. Still cute, but like, yeah. Music is great, and it's totally gonna get this video copyright claimed. But. By the way, if you're watching this stream in past broadcasts and you're wondering why certain parts are muted or they sound weird, it's because, yeah, YouTube is like, no, it's those fuckers use actual music. And yeah, cute. Very cute. Ghosty says, this game from the guys who made Absolver. Yeah, Absolver feels... because some developer, because same developer, pretty sure all the gameplay is. Yeah, the game looks awesome. Yeah, I agree. And Ghostly. Carly says, well, we got more.
Brothers and sisters, you're hearing my voice because we have reached a crossroads in this war.
Okay, this is something, maybe.
We know now that no miracle is coming.
Is Siege?
That simply surviving is a slow
Oh,
death.
no, it's that one game. Right. Ew. Oof.
That we will not win.
Oh, is this State of Decay? No. No, it's that day. It's the one game. I forget what it's called. It's one of the zombies pile up on each other. For Blood, maybe. I thought it was the one that. Yeah, it looks like the one. Like, yeah. I got it. World Z, DayZ something. Does anyone know the name of it? Fuck. It's like the World War Z. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. World War Z video game. Or is that what 4 Blood is? That might be what 4 Blood is. World War Z, yeah, is the joke.
There will be no retreat. Today we claw back from the brink.
We're getting a lot of gameplay today from IGN.
Make a stand.
Love it. Boom!
Welcome back to IGN Expo. Yes,
Guys, here's a tip. Just if you're gonna host anything, whenever somebody comes in from any other sort of transition, always be like, "What's up, guys? We're back," and it always makes people like, "Yeah, I'm so happy to be here." You definitely don't want to glide people back into your presence. None of that. Just fucking yell at people. Anyways. Oof. I'm not liking this. Jesus, that's very loud. Very bloody, gargly. Fuck. Ain't holding back with this one. It's quite loud. We get it, guys. She's dead. Fuck. Shit. What's with any kid who has bright blue eyes, guys? Just and pale skin? Don't trust them. And if that's you, I love you. I think you're great. But this is not boding well for you. Again? One more time? There it is. Good. Okay, so weird side scroller that's dark. I'm out. I'm already out. That's all it took. No, thank you. I'm gone. Enjoy that, everybody else on the planet. No, thank you. The Mountain King? Yeah, you can fuck right off. Mountain King. Oof. Sorry, I put on the mic. No. Wish list? No. Hey, no. Okay, as soon as that bitch came out of the water, I'm out. Okay? No grudge like shit. Not to me. Okay, not happening. Grudge level or the both. Both fuck. Fuck no. I'm out. Immediately. Speaking of Deadpool, I wish they would make a new game featuring him like in Deadpool 2. Yeah. The Deadpool game is actually really good with not Ryan Reynolds. It's Nathan Drake, I believe, or someone. Yeah, it was great. Ashley says this reminds me of Adventure Time. Yeah. You're good. Whenever I know what you guys mean, I just am reacting to it slow, but I want to make sure I read your comments. That's why it's a little weird. What's good? Troy says for Blood. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Oh no, I thought it was World War Z, right? But Before Blood also looks interesting. Joe says his shirt is still louder than he is. Both of theirs. That guy has flamingos or pelicans or whatever. No, it's I don't know what those fucking birds are called. but they're all, yeah. Also, that man's power bill must be out of your goddamn mind. Okay. Also, that is too many collection things. At a certain point, he had to fight to get that many figures, I guess. I think it's just too much. Okay, if he's happy, then great. We got another exclusive. I don't know if I want to listen to this one. It's a pelican thing flying, or a bird flying. I should just say bird. Why am I trying to wreck myself right now? Guys, sometimes you ask the question, why did this game need to exist? And then there's someone who wants the achievements for this game, and that's why it exists. And you're like, okay. There's some thick-ass birds. Wow. You know, it turns out nobody knows how really a bird will react on a skateboard, so it just kind of looks spasmy and like they're having a strokes. Weird. Tech decks with tiny little birds. This is why art should be dead. Okay. Lone Syndicate says, "Dang, Grin, give it a chance." I'm sorry, Lone Syndicate. Which one was it? The grudge thing? Nah, fam. You see a little tiny child looking all creepy and shit? Nah, I'm out. I'm out immediately. You can keep your I will. Yes, I have prejudice against this. If you see a creepy ass bitch come out the water with long ass hair, with her fucking stomach sucked in like sick, so you can see her rib cage and shit, and her skin's pale, and her teeth are all fucked and shit, even if it's not a monster, you should probably still get out of that. You should probably still get out of there, just for all kinds of reasons. All right. On every fundamental level, on your boy's half, run. Okay, get out. Same thing if you like turn around in your like kitchen and you see a bunch of chairs stacked on top of each other and you like it was impossible for that to take place. Don't be like, There's a logical explanation. Get the fuck out of the house immediately. I don't care if you don't believe in ghosts. Get the fuck out. Just make if there's some asshole who is putting up chairs in your house and it isn't your family, then still you got a robber in your house. Get the fuck out of your house. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, I think about the same time every time I've seen movies or anything. Why is it getting darker?
IGN Summer of Gaming is powered by Duracell Optimus. We're bringing you the game announcements, developer
Joe says, gifting this game to Logan, the fuck you are. I'm gonna deny that shit. You're gonna get your money right on back. No, thank you, Joe. Guys, every one of these, you see a man with a mustache. And I'm happy about it. All right, mustache, beard, love it. Good for you.
Upgrade your Xbox controller with Duracell Optimum batteries today.
It's not an easy life with the beard, but it is a life. Okay, we're standing together. Joe says, I read that. Mr. Spire says, what's good, Mr. Spire? Mr. Spire says, I got here and all I can see is a kid stabbing something. This is E3, just to be it's E3, baby. It's what we get. We get kids stabbing tiny children, or what looks like maybe a whole body, and honestly, stabbing them like 8 times. Some would argue that's far too many times. Troy says, identifying as weird, sure, yeah. Troy says that's too much. But Grin, think of the platinum trophies. I know, Mr. Spider. I think that's why those exist. Not for me, but for people. Hey, Hazel says, what the fuck is this? It's a lot. A lot of these shows, you're like, okay, we're in the fluff period. The bird one was a lot, even for normal people's standard. Or weird people's standard. Loading it says, what the hell? Bird on a skateboard. I would say it's a tech deck. Plastic tech deck, but yours was also correct. All right. Are we going to get to see more things?
Social media? What are you waiting for?
It's an IGN ad. Great. Lone Syndicate says, I have a beard myself. Oh, I have a beard myself. Can't grow a mustache, though. You still part of it. As long as you have to put up with the scratchiness, the fuckiness, the horribleness of sometimes having a beard, you're part of the struggle bus, all right? And you should be praised for your suffering, all right?
What's up, everyone? Sydney here to bring you a little update about the future of IGN on YouTube. We've been listening to your feedback, and it seems like some of you are more into games, while others are more interested in movies and TV. So we got to thinking about it and
split it up.
Why not both? Our main channel will still bring you all the biggest news, reviews, previews, and trailers to keep you up to speed on the most important highlights. But if you only
I oftentimes wondered if you could reach a certain mass of viewership, even if it was only through like 1 year of YouTube, and then you could use an eighth of the money generated from that experience into maintaining the perception of your viewership with the AdSense, and then reaching out to companies and then saying, hey, look how many views we're getting that we're paying for, but you should pay us this much money because, hey, yeah, and then they end up netting more money because they're spending to maintain their viewership. Just a thought. I don't know. Could see it happening for a lot of people, but it could just be in my dumb head.
Speaking of which, you know what I missed most during quarantine? Helping and moving.
I just want the right amount of loudness, and which is barely anything. Hazel says, no, I read that. Troy said, Lone Syndicate says, although funny, speak the truth. Oh, my back. Mel says, please play horror games. Mel, I cannot tell you how that ain't happening. It'd just be me saying, nope, and I'd be out fast as shit. You would not even be able to see me. But also, my thing with horror games, Mel, is not that it bothers me in the moment. It bothers me after the fact. Like when I'm just like hanging out, like middle of the night, I'm thirsty, going to get a glass of water. That's when that shit comes to fuck my brain up. All right. When I'm playing the video game, I'm just like, gotta get out of here. Fuck this. No, thank you. But when it's after the fact, it'll torture me. Also, what? What are we doing? Are we putting underwear away? Weird. I don't know. Games are weird, guys. I'm not sure if this is what 2021 was, which was like, hey, we made a game about cleaning up a house, which, you know, honestly, I kind of get it. It's a little satisfying, but, you know, I would say play a visceral cleanup detail. That's much more, like, high quality, I think, but still. What is this? It seems really odd. Here's a generic house where you can place random items. Okay, unpacking the video game. Okay. I don't.
Welcome to a very quick sneak peek look at 2 Point Campus.
Okay, 2 Point Campus. Oh. Oh no, I thought this was Peter Molyneux's game, dude. When I heard Peter Molyneux's name yesterday, I was gonna fucking lose it, dude. There is no better explanation for how good of a game Fable is than the breakdown of what is Peter Molyneux. Peter Molyneux is an insane person who has stupid high ambition, like to the point in which it just does. It's like destructive. Peter Molyneux, for those of you guys don't know, is the guy who made Fable, and he's the guy who everyone memes on because he's like, guys, you don't even know. You can you can zoom in to this singular piece of grain and see life forms of bacteria on it. And this is back in like the 80s or something stupid. So it's old as shit. And he's making all of these lofty promises. But in him having such high aspirations for the game, I think the developers were like, we'll try it. We'll try to reach those heights. And they did. And they made Fable, which was one of the best games ever. Same thing with Black and White, which was so good as well. Like I think to some extent you need a madman like saying, like reaching for the stars to get to the moon. You know what I mean? Like you may not be able to get to Mars, but you got to at least reach in order to get that far. But with that being said, though, the guy clearly reached too hard and overpromised too much. But I feel like if he didn't overpromise, the developer team would not fight to try to get the bare minimum of what he set out, which could be just a bunch of madness. But who knows? Could you guys hear me crunching, by the way? These are the crunchiest chips ever. I have to literally stop chewing to hear what's happening in the game. Do you guys do this when you're watching stuff on YouTube? What is this? Huh. God, it's so loud. Is that Midas?
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are? I don't think
this looks like a
so.
game you'd find on Patreon.
Somebody in this city is about
It's
to
sus.
break the golden rule.
Some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do.
Why is there a flashlight in this old AF place?
Are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break?
Are you with me? Just why is your jaw not moving, my guy? It's creepy as hell.
How is it that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? Salve, friend. I'm Galerius.
Seems kind of neat. It's like, again, yeah, it's hard to describe. It has a weird look to it. It has like a 3D model kind of look to it. Oh, I was gonna say, does anyone else do this thing where at least when I'm watching like Twitch streams, I'll always like fast forward or like walk away for 5 minutes and come back. That way, if we're ever dealing with some sort of like nonsense, I can just skip like 30 seconds ahead, 30 seconds ahead, and 30 seconds ahead. That way I don't have to like put up with this like the indie thing that I don't really want to know. Is this Diablo actually? Or not Diablo, the second kind of game that's similar to that? Maybe it is Diablo. Is it Diablo? Diablo 3? I don't know nothing about nothing. Oh yeah, Ghosty said, bet Twitch chat is thrilled to see this girl. Why? Is she not loved on Twitch? Or is she a streamer or something? Ugh. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. Hazel says, what are these games? These are just, it seems like they're just new gameplay releases. I don't know if we'll get any world premieres here. Let me see. The whole like schedule says for IGN Expo we'll have we'll offer new game reveals So I think at some point we're going to start getting new game reveals as well as never before seen gameplay. So I think that's what we're seeing a lot of right now is like the never before seen gameplay. Hopefully at some point we'll see the actual bells and whistles. Let me just quickly do this. I just want to see this. Yeah, 2 p.m. is when this is going on. Yeah. So it started. It's just we haven't gotten to that part yet, which is a little bit bullshit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Where's my thing? My chest. Lone Syndicate says, that guy reminds me of Mr. Clean. Yeah. He's got like his skin's too clear. Like back in the day, what's happening? It's very much like a Diablo. Fuck, I can't speak. Diablo game. Disciples Liberation.
You just saw the
Cool.
Unpacking, Disciples Liberation, Unpacking, and before that was the Forgotten City, and also Unpacking.
Yeah, there's a lot of unpacking there. Now, Brian, you might remember
guys,
the next game made waves when it was
I'm not going to say it, but you know how we have like the Genshin like updates and whatnot? Like the Genshin like laughing for 10 minutes kind of updates. I prefer that to this, and that's kind of rough. But I don't know, the whole like weird back and forth where it's like, I don't know. I know it's I could do better. First of all, I'm not trying to say that. It's just one of those things where I'm like, sometimes it hits different in a bad, different way. Also, awesome. Somebody filed. Appreciate you.
Absolutely adorable fox and his Zelda-like adventure is finally almost ready, and we got an exclusive hands-on with the all-new E3 2021 demo that's coming to your Xbox on June 15th. Here are 5 reasons why this charming fox needs to be on your radar. Tunic's old demo.
I don't want to hear about it. Let's talk. What's good, guys? Again, what do you guys... I've heard Dragon's Dogma 2, which some of you guys want to see Dragon's Dogma 2 from E3 this year. Some of you guys said you wanted to see Persona 6, or next Persona game. And I don't know what else you guys are saying. Forgive me if I missed heard what you guys are saying. I'm telling you my 4 or 5. I got Fable, Saints Row, Shadows of the Damned, Overlord. 4. I got 4 of my games. If I can see any of them, if I can see Fable, I'd just be like, if they say Fable's coming out this year, dude, I'd be frozen. I couldn't express myself enough to where I would just have to lock up. Okay, I would just have to self freeze. Azel says, I played arcades. I actually owned a Pac-Man one, but from what I remember playing, we're mostly fighting him. Nice. Holy shit. Yeah, I never got really have the arcade experience. We got to go like once, and we just burned through the money immediately because the arcade we went to was in the movie theater, and it was just like fucking so expensive. It was crazy. Like $10 would get you a minute or like a second of playtime. So you would just sit in the arcade chairs and just dream of when you could play them, maybe. And it was just sad. Just sad. The guy reminds me of Mr. Clean. Yeah, I read that. Azel says, even though I was born in the 2000s, I enjoy retro games. Yeah, that's fair, Azel. Again, they can have charm. I don't know. I get kind of bored with certain things, to be honest. Just kind of like, yeah. Like this, I feel like, again, I need progression. I need like enough challenge to where I can get into like a flow state, you know what I mean? Where it's not a crazy amount of challenge, but at least it's like a way to grow, you know what I mean? Whereas if you just keep melee hitting somebody and that's it, then it kind of it dies for me a little bit, you know? Hazel says, even though Heel says, I was about to say Mr. Clean in the game freaked me out. Hazel says, Saints Row is getting a new game. Well, they're working on Saints Row game. Yeah. The THQ is they are already told a long time ago that they've greenlit Saints Row sequel. So we're getting another Saints Row. We just don't know when. I think they just started developing it at the beginning of 2020. So yeah, it's probably a fair bit away. But maybe they didn't just start developing it. But I would hope that. I don't know, man. But I fucking loved Saints Row, and it sold like crazy well. So it's always weird when like I kind of get it, like where developers want to try new things, but it's always weird when like again, there was such a long time before there was another Borderlands game. You know what I mean? Like we waited like I think it was like 8 years or something, like a long time. before we got another installment of it, and I was like, why? Like, this game always sells well, and like, again, you guys keep doing new things enough. Maybe everyone doesn't want to be an Ubisoft, but like, I don't know. I feel like the companies that do, or like that don't, are not an Ubisoft kind of company that like try to like genuinely try new things, even if it's only like 2 new things per game. I still think companies do that. Like, and I think maybe Borderlands was that. Borderlands made the pre-sequel, which I thought was pretty decent and pretty fun. I will say though, maybe it was good that they took a little bit of a break though, because I could see Borderlands was getting to a point where like the charm of the humor was starting to get old, and it was just kind of the same, like you're waiting for a crazy person to comment on something, you know. Hazel's like, oh, you like Saints Row too? My favorite Saints Row was with the gangs. The first one, or I feel like people's favorite Saints Row is the second one or the third one.
Shoot a laser pistol at the heart of boredom. That's an apt metaphor, Keem. It's also really dark and slightly messed up. Anyway, our first trailer involves a show I know everyone loves, Saint Ranger Things. Following the adventures of Saint Ranger,
excited.
The only Texas Ranger.
That's all. That's all I needed. Okay. Oh, I was really hoping for the fucking world reveal. They said that they'd reveal shit. They're like, we reveal stuff, but it's all indie games. And I'm like, that's fine, but you kind of baited me out. All right, you rat people. Yeah, one of those was 3 or 2. Yeah. Yeah, the gang ones were, dude, I feel like so many things in Saints Row 2, though, I feel like it's really hard for games to, well, like, games oftentimes, why are you floating? What's that? Weird. Anyways, I think it's really weird when games do, they don't, like, take what they previously did and then add it. It's usually like they have to take something out, which kind of makes sense. Development isn't just like adding on top of what you already did. It's because it just takes effort to do what you just did anyway. So unless you want to be in development for like 6 years, it's, you know, take something out. But in Saints Row, that was one of the weird things where Saints Row 3 happened, and I love Saints Row 3, but Saints Row 2 had like an astonishing amount of customization and like just weird detail to things, and like the clothing was like madness. So. And I feel like that's what the problem you get with like trying to be high-end graphical whatever game. You start losing out on like, again, detail and in a different sense of like having a high amount of different types of costumes or outfits that you can wear and stuff like that, because the outfits cost too much to render or create, generally speaking, or they take too much load order or whatever, you know. All right, seems like a free-to-play game that will like do well. I don't know, man, because you never know. I think that's what a lot of these companies are betting on, is they're like, let's just try to be one of those breakout hits, and if we do, we can literally be, because again, Fortnite should have not been successful at all. Like, the Save the World was dead. It was just magic how that game worked out. So yeah, also I think this game already exists. Yeah, I've seen people play it for the teleporting game or the portal game. Yeah. This game I've seen people play already, but it looks interesting. It looks like Halo with portals, essentially. That's what people always describe it as. It also seems like it has a higher time to kill than Halo, which is interesting. A male says 2, 1 was the best, I feel. The first one or the second one you felt was the best? The first one I feel like was, I don't know why people say the first one was the best. The first one, to me, I was like, I don't know, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't have any, like, the soul, it doesn't have any, like, customization. It's kind of when I hear people say Fable 1 is so much better than Fable 2, where I'm like, but Fable 2, like, the only reason I can see if you saying Fable 1 is because of nostalgia. But Fable 2 has, like, everything Fable 1 had and more, though. So it's kind of like, I'm like, I don't know why you wouldn't just say 2. Maybe it's because it was the first thing that introduced you into the game, and everything was new. So when Fable 2 happened, even though it theoretically gave you everything and then more, you still have like the things that were in the first game are not new anymore, so it's less like impactful or surprising, maybe. Maybe. Ooh, Ashley says, "Oh, epic new free game in Control." Oh, really? Like the game Control? Oh, Epic's new free game is Control. Oh, that's amazing, actually. Like on Epic Store, Ashley? Yeah, Ashley, I would download that on Epic Store. Is it like a new? What do you mean? What does that mean? Is it like a PC thing or no? Or is it like you have to be a part of Epic's like weird business? Huh. Yeah, it's on Epic Store and free? I'm gonna go download that. That game looks sick. Oh, PC only. Oh, fuck yeah. Control? The game where like you got telekinesis and shit? That's free? Is it permanently free if you download it? That's wild. Epic gives free games away every week. This week is Control. That's amazing. I'm gonna totally do that. Yeah, thank you, Heel and Ashley. Appreciate you both. Yeah, hot damn. Oh, remind me to do that at the end of the stream so I don't forget. I'm totally doing that. Yeah, that's why free. That game came out like a year ago, and it's free. That seems wild. Guys, we're seeing a lot of like the Steam early access things that nobody ever sees, and the IGN was just like, "We'll take your entire stock," and we're like, "Oh, oh!" Putting down my chip. All right, we got world premiere, boys. Did I get too excited? Too fast? Over 2.6 billion something. We got too excited too fast. What's good, Chloe? What's good, Nanny? What's good, boys? Everybody. It's too much. All right, world premiere for a music game. Cute. We'll see what happens. Rockstar again, man. We need another Guitar Hero. That was, I know so many people love that, but yeah. Ashley says no. Oops. You missed a lot of other free games. Wow. I know. I missed a lot. I missed a lot of free games on Epic. Heel says, sorry, Ashley. I figured it would try. And would it a little different from what happened?
This would be the brief window between when each band plays, and you can go buy an overpriced drink and use the bathroom and make a pee-pee.
Oh, thank you, Heel, to word it differently as well. Azel says it's free until June 17th. Okay, so I got a little bit of time. Thank you, Azel. Thank you, everybody. What's good, Chloe? Heel says hello. Chloe, gotcha. And Nanny says, hi, I didn't know you were streaming this early. Yeah, Nanny, I wrote it on the Discord hub channel. I added everybody, trying to make sure people knew that today's stream was going to be taking place early, because, guys, it's kicking off our E3 stream thing, which I'll be honest, has been pretty sparse today. There was a lot more shit yesterday than there was today in terms of new content to come. So, a little bit unfortunate that, you know, just all in all got less, but we'll see what happens. Again, we still have a long time to go, so we might see some world premieres, although again, it was very much like indie kind of development stuff, which is a little unfortunate, but still.
Battery sponsor of Summer of Gaming 2021.
Heel says, that was too much lights and sound. I am too old for that. Chloe says, I'm still driving back from Kansas, so I won't type much. Yeah, take your own advice, Chloe. You always go on Carthage for not typing and driving, but I appreciate you being here immensely. Lindsay says, I was too bright.
The best user-generated videos in art.
Moses. Mel says, I remember asking for Saints Row 3 for Christmas. My grandpa gave me the game and gave my parents a weird look. What do you mean? I remember asking for Saints Row 3 for Christmas. My grandpa gave me the game and gave me my parents a weird look. Oh, is it because it's like Saints? Is it like a gang? Is your grandpa worried you're getting a gang shit? And he was like, Nanny says, insert bonk emote here. Solid job, Nanny. Ashley says, hope you're being safe, Chloe. Heel says, points to free room. That one is free, you two. Boom. Ashley bonks Nanny's head in return. But what did Nanny do? He's actually hitting people. What are you talking about? Chloe says, I'm skilled at driving with my knees. What is that? Oh, that seems super sketchy. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's like asking to crash. Oh, so you must have long as fuck knees or legs to like be able to step on your tippy toe and hit the wheel. Chloe says, I'm I make the rules. I don't live by them. That don't sound right. That sounds like some parent 101 shit, which is bullshit. Is this man? I hope they just would throw like one bombshell game at us, you know? If they say they're gonna reveal stuff and they don't show like one AAA game, I'm gonna be IGN's lost their touch. All right.
Welcome back to IGN Expo, part of IGN Summer of Gaming.
A whole summer of gaming, and we're dishing up hot trailers and plenty of them. Barbecue, summertime, sand, the beach, kissing under the boardwalk.
Sand.
All the summer stuff you love and crave that I just made up. But coming up next, we've got trailers for a Metroidvania puzzle game, a classic murder mystery, and a game where you finally get to fight Louis XVI's robot army. I hate them.
That man's microphone is peaking. Why is he using a fucking a Yeti microphone? Those things are old AF, and there's far better technology. We're prepared. Please, something.
That weird woman we saw when we played in the woods. She has a crooked nose with a yucky wart. It's just the long grey hair that makes her look old. But she's pretty young, actually. She owns a black kitty. She built herself a shelter out of wood and pieces of old cloth. I think it was standing on a chicken leg. It's made of gingerbread chocolate candy. And a lot of icing. Or bones. She cooks in a big black cauldron over the fire. Probably bats. Spiders.
He's a rude ass kid. She's a nice lady.
She can always smell a child when it's close.
Maybe because you guys stink like shit. Well, what the fuck is problem? What the fuck's your problem?
You want to
Get off my grandma.
know if that was real? Well, even if it wasn't before, it certainly is now.
Spoopy. What if it's just like kids and they don't like the grandma? And that's what their imagination does.
A hunting bow?
Okay. I was not expecting this. I'm in. Looks weirdly charming. And ye ask and you shall receive. I was saying, can you show me something like somewhat... It's just like a grandma, like a woman in the woods getting tormented by a bunch of shitty kids. We better fucking kill those kids at the end of the goddamn game. Anyway, regardless, that was something. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Okay, cool. Yeah. That gameplay looked pretty interesting. Wait, okay, this music isn't... Yeah, no, the music hit. Oh. No, I'm over it. I'm over it already. I seen the comment, I'm over it. Baby yoga? What? What, no? I drop my steering wheel down so I can drive with my knees. That sounds super dangerous. What if you need to make a quick movement? You just spread your fucking legs and quickly try to make a turn. Thank you for subscribing. Josh says that looks pretty cool, but I agree. I thought it was neat. The one game. This one looks cool if you're into these kind of games. Man, you tiny as hell in that one. I feel like these games can't exist anymore when, what's that one game that's very similar, except it's just like, it boiled it down to what really, really worked? You play as like this, it's like Ori and the Blind Forest, except, darker. When you play like, the wispy skull helmet thing. You guys know what that is? But it seems like that game has like the right amount of style meets actual like this kind of thing. Oh, I can't think of what the game's called though. Darklight? Or is that right? Darklight or something? I don't like it. Is this worth increasing the volume? Maybe. Oh, it's not. I get so excited every single time I see game footage and then I see gameplay. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe I'm too judgy. Maybe it's like I love this game. I made, but I don't know. When I see a top-down game, I'm like, okay. I mean, Also, the reason why I mute it is so I can like read chat and look at you guys. Because again, it's like the game is not interesting to me, but you guys are, so I pivot my attention to that because that's more interesting. I'm really digging this energy drink. This was pretty damn good. Well, Heel says, I was about to say, yeah, finally something for me, and then wondering, floating light bugged me. oh. Chloe says, when I die, when you die, when? Chloe says, a forest witch living in a hut on a chicken claw, a famous folk tale. Oh, okay. She's called Bobby Ya. Huh. How does the story typically end, Joe? Interesting. I never heard that before. Yeah, Hollow Knight. That was that I'm thinking of. Yeah. The Hollow Knight seemed like it kind of made those kinds of games where it's like a fighting bosses and whatnot. That kind of made the game that we just seen kind of feel like a little. It could aged out. Like it's always nice when you see a company make what a modern day spin on an old beloved thing is. And it very much feels like Ori and the Blind Forest and Hollow Knight were both of those things for the respective kind of categories, for like a exploration side scroller versus a boss killing and like leveling up kind of Hollow Knight thing. What is this?
The king left us no
Do you guys remember The Order 1996? What a fucking train wreck. Actually, I didn't even play it. It didn't look that bad.
Strong and made of steel.
Getting Dishonored vibes.
Too one-sided. We were slaughtered.
What's that
the
one?
machines wouldn't even let me flee.
Paris burns and is lost, short of a miracle.
Looks like a Warhammer kind of game. No gameplay then, right? Yeah, nice. Good. I don't know what the fuck it is, dude. Alright, let's watch this one. Oh, my heart. Get. It's like Charizard. Just a little tiny flame on his head. Looks cute. Doesn't look like an Ori in the Blind Forest. Kind of like adorable and wholesome, but still cute.
Now you just saw trailers for Black
Kit. Joe says. Oh wait, Joe says the original Death's Gambit was pretty good. I'm gonna Google this, Joe, because I don't know what that is. Googling Death's Gambit. What is this? Images. Okay. Oh, it's the kind of like melee game that we're talking about. Okay. I remember there was a free game on PS4 that was like a weird crusade. It was like a Spartan kind of game where you're hucking spears at people. It was okay, but it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it, for me, got redundant. But I think it's just because I'm not very tied to those kinds of games in general. They're not typically what I enjoy, you know? Yeah. Hazel says, well, see, yeah, everyone, I have to start bringing down bricks from the truck. I might catch you later. Thank you so much for stopping by, Hazel. You've been nothing but lovely. Take care of being lovely. What game Do you guys think we'll see? I keep bringing it back to this, but I'm not even about what you guys will like. What you guys want. It's about like what you guys will see. So I think we'll see a lot of Battlefield stuff probably on Xbox's conference. Although EA Play I think is still happening. What is it?
We are constantly falling forward without noticing it. But then it all stopped for me.
There's a lot of story games. She's got some wide ass hips.
Dear Journal, it's been a while. I think.
I'm getting some Life is Strange.
I am still unsure why I am talking to you when I am clearly the only one listening.
Like lesbian energy kind of vibe. A little bit, just a little bit.
Just to keep some sanity. Well, you are still stuck. If you are starting to lose it, please don't. That's the only way we can get back.
Puzzle solving and stories. And
I'm
trauma.
counting on you.
Childhood trauma. Ooh, the gameplay looks a little rough, but for somebody, definitely not for me. Also, why is every developer like, what if we made this woman unrealistic in terms of the wideness of everything and the bigness of that and this, and if you're having to look at that when walking all the time, I guess that somewhat makes sense, but hopefully that was also muted. My stupid speech by the sounds. Anyways. Do we got another one? We got more. I don't like
Nanny?
it. I don't like it.
Yes, Julia? Martha's not here. So can I hear the story of the White Lady again?
No.
But you always find that story scary.
I don't like it.
Yes, Nanny. But I'm with you. So I know nothing can hurt me.
Like it's a demon.
All right,
I already know it.
There was once a couple madly in love who would often stroll by a lake. But one day, in a fit of jealousy, the man drowned.
Guys, if you buy your kids dolls that look this horrific, don't be surprised if they stab you in your sleep. That's all I'll say. Alright, little
How
thing.
can love also be so bad?
This is something you will learn with age, Poppet.
You'll fuck a lot of dickheads.
So he was hanged in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed his beloved.
This is a very, very bad grandma.
They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found.
I don't like it.
Since then, the spirit of the girl, known as the White Lady, wanders restlessly in search of relief from her eternal suffering.
Fuck that.
Only the life of another young woman.
If I tell this kid this story to my kid, I'm gonna tell him if someone comes up from the water, you just fucking drop kick that thing in the face and you run immediately.
You never get used to that kind of pain, my sparrow.
Don't say sparrow. Don't take Fable's
But
beloved
those
word.
in great pain can attempt to evoke the lady through a dark ritual and magic of the tarot.
I would just never go near the water ever.
As the lady knows their suffering all too
How to teach your kid to not go in the water.
show them pity.
Again, don't look at it. Run away immediately.
Or she may not.
Nonsense. Absolute insanity. Always, when I'm playing these horror games, I'm like, but what if I just didn't? What if instead of running into the horrific screams in the dark unknown, I was just like, you know what? No. I'm gonna go the other way, or whatever, right? I think it is feasibly more possible that I could run across a mountain into the other side to find a civilization than go near the thing that's clearly dangerous and screaming and horrific and monster screams and all that shit. No! Anyways, we got a lot of horror games. I'm not having any of them today. Chloe says, the guy in front of me has his Twitch lag on his rear window. Really? You watching some Twitch? Oh, you mean like, what do you mean? Like a phone? He's watching the E3 or just anything? His Twitch tag. Oh, his Twitch tag on his rear window. Oh, that's so cringe, Chloe. Okay, that's what you meant. Yeah, his Twitch. So is he a streamer? Yuck. Weird. That's just I mean, that's commitment in advertising, I suppose, but still. Ugh. Lonesing, it says, I wish for a new Sly Cooper game since the last game left on a cliffhanger.
Gift for humanity.
Oh, is this Dead Island? Or not Dead, sorry, State of Decay?
Talking about?
Probably not. I think it's beyond Microsoft State of Decay. Oh, is that the Tarkov? I'm just throwing out names. I'm like, it's the dark and all that.
But I don't want that. I can't have you falling apart. Don't you understand? I need you.
What are you saying?
I need you here. You're going to help me save her.
Igor.
Gross, don't mix live action with fucking gameplay.
Chernobyl opened a door to something that will change the history of mankind forever. Forever.
Reminds me of Singularity.
We can be together, Igor, but you have to learn the truth if you truly want to find me. You cannot succeed alone, but there are others who will help you.
I was not expecting that.
This is it, my love. The last stretch.
What is this game?
You've been through so much for me. Make sure you're ready, because it will take everything you have.
Is this that game?
Your wits, your strength, your plan, your companion's loyalty, everything.
This is like a really old Russian kind of popular survival game. Which, yeah, that's not it.
What
It was something.
a fantastic show full of great new games to look forward to. I'm hyped for each and every one of them.
Okay.
Now, we just saw new gameplay footage from Broken Pieces. Martha is dead.
We'll find out in a minute if we're done.
I'm personally looking forward to.
Joe, that's exactly what I thought. It was Stalker. That was Stalker, not Stalker. Yeah, I thought it was Stalker for a minute there. It looked like it was doing too many things. Like at first I thought it was just a generic story, and I was like, oh wait, you can like place down food and whatnot. Okay, maybe that's Stalker. Apparently we are getting another. Or they're working on that game or something like that.
Which means you barely had to hear from us two. So you're welcome for that, and don't forget, y'all. E3 coverage starts tomorrow.
That's right, and if you're just joining us, sorry you missed the entire show. Your clock is broken or something. Sort it out. But yes,
so tomorrow is when
Summer of
true
Gaming
E3
continues tomorrow
starts
with the Ubisoft Forward Conference. So be sure to join us all as we break down the biggest reveals all E3 long.
All right, so probably do that tomorrow.
Not to mention conferences from Square Enix, Xbox and Bethesda, and Nintendo Direct, all happening next week.
So tomorrow.
So hit up IGN.com for a full schedule. The summer of gaming continues as long as there's gaming in your heart and Mario in your sunshine.
Yeah, that is really weird, but that was also sweet. I love you for that, Akeem. Thank you all so much.
All right, that was awkward a little bit. Let's run that back and just put on some nice music and just chit and chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, like they were saying, we are going to be. Let's turn that down a little bit. It's a little loud. All right. We are going to be doing this tomorrow. When Ubisoft's thing is in the works, which if I do this, we jump over to this, open up that, pause that, jump this, do one of these, and then this. So again, that was what we just did today. We just basically watched this one, which was pretty lacking, honestly. And I kind of thought this was going to be the case. I was just fucking this website and this whole thing. I think it's not even the website. I think it's IGN. It says what to expect. It's going to offer new game reveals and never foreseen gameplay and announcements. There was a few, but it was not like AAA, which it didn't apply. But you think it would apply, like if it's new announcements, it's going to be something and not just a bunch of indie games, which is not bad. But it's certainly, for me, it made me go into there being like, ooh, okay, we're going to get a little something. But instead it was kind of just, it's just stuff. Just some stuff. But, my friends, tomorrow is when E3, like they said as well, is going to kick off. And that is, of course, going to be with mainly Ubisoft Forward. There is this thing from Guerrilla Collective. The second E3 showcase is being held on June 12th, continuing its announcements and reveals. Should we start here or maybe just start with this one today? I don't know. What do you guys think? Because this is pretty early. This is 11 p.m. I think for me. So for me right now it's 3:13 right now. So for you it would be whatever that is times negative whatever the time is. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, this was mostly just us just talking about the hype for Borderlands and all the other games that have been released and etc. and all what games we're excited for coming E3. I did burn an energy drink today. Probably should have burnt it yesterday, but it does seem like tomorrow is going to be Ubisoft's and also Devolver Digital, which I think is following suit pretty damn close behind them. 12 and 1, yeah, it's like an hour's difference. And then Gearbox is also happening at, I think, right after Devolver Digital. So a lot of good stuff here. And probably we might see, for E3, we might see some gameplay of the new game, maybe, even if it's just a small amount. Did it say anything like that? Gearbox is yet to confirm. Starring Tiny Tina, Godfall, and currently as at Black. Yeah, I'm not sure. Gearbox doesn't. I'm not sure if they're gonna really showcase the Tiny Tina one, but we'll try to hold out hope and do that if we were gonna do that. But I don't know if we'll do this one. Upload VR, just VR games, which maybe will be fun. We'll see where it takes us, but that's a long time to stream. But this is where like the big E3 day is, which unfortunately with Sony not really participating in E3 anymore, this is now Microsoft's E3 essentially. So the 13th, Sunday, we will get in to the deep end with all things Microsoft, Starfield, all the good stuff, and then we have Square Enix's, I think, following suit almost, a couple hours after the fact, which is awesome. And we also have Warner Brothers. So Sunday is going to be the marathon day, and then we also have PC gaming show, which I don't know if we might stop at that point, because it has stuff like Borderlands 3, Valheim, already existing games. Oh, sorry. Also, future game show. Are we getting anything cool from that? No, it's just, what do you call it? Yeah, Troy Baker and stuff like that. I don't think we're getting any new releases. But then we have, I'm not sure about this one. What do you guys think about this one? I generally want to know, for Take-Two, this is on the 14th. This is, I think, a Monday. Let's see. Is it a Monday? It is a Monday, yeah. This is a Monday. They're having a Take-Two interactive kind of thing. Oh. Wait, what? 2K's could give us new information about BioShock 4. Maybe. Maybe that's worth that. I don't know. And we also got Capcom. So basically we got Capcom and Take-Two Interactive, both as their special things. So I don't know. I feel like we might stop. We may not do Monday, just because I feel like everyone's gonna go to work. Unless Monday's like a holiday that I'm not aware of. I don't think it is. So yeah. Mel says, I got one question for these two. What are those? Angie says, yeah, they're working on Stalker 2. Okay. Lone Syndicate says, did he just say, what did he just say? Oh, sorry. He said that E3 is going to be starting tomorrow, is what his main thing was. Heel says, have a good time. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for the fun. Yeah, it was amazing, Heel. Hopefully I can see you again. Joe says, looking forward to more of Logan's real-time cringe of the announcers. I mean, I tried not to be mean, but it's part of it's just like, I feel like people try to be like too much. Like I feel like there's a nice melody in like charisma and stuff like that, and some people try to be like really out there and like super loud and like. And I feel like you're always better, especially when you're potentially dealing with new audiences, just to kind of hold back and just be water. Don't try to be loud or like noisy. be smooth and relaxed and push people in the right directions effortlessly. At least that's my thought process about how I've seen certain people who present stuff, and I'm like, ooh, you do it perfectly, because I don't even know you're there. You're like just a perfect. It's like you don't even know the person's like really a host, because they're just perfectly pivoting you to the next thing effortlessly, you know. Joe says, looking for, Lone Singlet says, well, the stream was awesome. See y'all tomorrow. Nana says, no usual stream. Yeah, no stream today at 6 p.m. Nana, we are going to be, again, today is a special, or not today, this week is a special week. It is the E3 week with all the most magical games I'm hoping to get, although, again, 2021 might be a little rough, but I'm hoping that tomorrow we'll see a lot of stuff from Ubisoft and whatnot. So, again, Ubisoft thing starts at 12 p.m. PT. Type that into Google, and if you have finding your location on Google. It'll tell you exactly what time that is for you in your time zone. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, that was us reacting to the albeit messy part of the first day, which was frankly very, very messy because there wasn't a lot there, but who knows? Oh, also apparently this is a thing featuring 75 games. We'll see. I'll let you guys know when we're going to start. We might watch all of this. We may just watch Ubisoft's and Devolver Digital's and Gearbox's and then call it, but we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your time. Hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe button, not on the screen, because we don't do that because it's a stream. Anyways, thank you all so much for your time, and goodbye. I still haven't finished my chips and all that. Oof.